Alrighty. Hello, everybody, and welcome to
Hello.
Mobile Suit Gundam Crimson Episode 1. We finally got there, is the episode title. We finally got there. Let's see, how are we doing? We've got... I know Hegone's Pama speaking, I cannot change it. I knew you were going to say that the first time I put that in. I'm sorry. But, there he is. Just he's a mouth breather, that's what Hegon said. I can't do anything about it. He's just there always like... But...
They're like, what is he doing over there?
He's just staring. His mouth's agape. Someone get a tissue, he's dribbling.
Please remember to blink.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Nobody blinks here. But anyway, yeah, my name's Dettet. I am the DM again as usual. We have with me today Hegone. Say hello.
Hi.
We have Emo.
Hello.
And we have Noodil as well.
Yep.
Yo, how's it going? So, unfortunately, we haven't got Capo today, but he should be in next episode. Or if he's around anytime soon, he will jump straight in as soon as he can as well. But we're going to do a first session today. It's going to be it's a little short one just to get things started up because we've already done 3 episodes of Cobalt, and I really wanted to get some Crimson in as well. Mostly because I really like Crimson and the ideas we've got going on for it as well. So, what we are looking at today... How are you guys doing anyway? We all good, yeah?
Yes.
Excellent.
I have a cheeseburger.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right. Let's do a little bit of drop a little bit of lore down, shall we? So, as most of the people that watch know that do watch us continuously, but not really part of the conversations that you guys might not know is that this is 4 years gone since the first season of Mobile Suit Gundam Onyx that I originally did. Back then, 4 years ago, there was a resistance group of people, or sort of a confederacy that you would call, known as the Citadel. The Citadel were going around and trying to, they say, bring peace to the universe, well, the galaxy, and make everyone fall under one banner. But they were very much doing it in very grotesque and harsh ways against humanity. The Federation was trying very hard to keep them in tow and in track and kept on top of. But it all started to change when Delta Protocol, one of the Federation's military colonies, this one down here, was attacked by a group of Citadel forces that stole a prototype ship at that time. This prototype ship was a very fast ship compared to any others that had existed at that time. The original team from Onyx were on Delta Protocol, and they were the ones that were attacked at the time, and they went around colonies of Earth trying to find a group of people that they could use to turn against the Citadel, because they felt like the Federation weren't doing enough to quell the situation and calm the fight that was beginning. Within that year's worth of a war, Delta Protocol was destroyed. Cluster Romeo was attacked once again by Citadel forces. And then everything kind of went quiet for the last sort of remnants of the War of the Colonies in the last sort of 6 months, where the original team moved to Daigun, hid as a trading company, who still do stay as a trading company, and attacked what is known as one of the original leaders of the Citadel, Lieutenant Shah Lee. And they killed him. They ended his life and thought they'd done good. Unfortunately, he was used as a martyr for another man named November that then merged and formed the Solar Citadel Empire by showing and revealing all of the dark, dirty secrets that the Federation have been up to, such as warmongering, human debris trafficking, underground trades, and, you know, just like starting of wars and trading with the Citadel and the Federation at the time. Citadel at that point didn't really want to destroy the Federation, more so take it over, as they have been trying to do for so long. And in the last 4 years, they decided that's how they were going to do it, and the Federation couldn't do anything but sweat beads and accept their fate and turn themselves into the Solar Citadel Empire. Now, the Solar Citadel Empire is still a very large fist in the solar system that is pushing down against the colonies. A lot of colonies have chosen not to agree with the empire that they have created and kind of fight back, more so than wanting to be a part of the Federation and Citadel merge, that they just want to be free and peace. Two colonies two respecting colonies, Colony Ryubashia and Colony Sterling, that hold on the outer rings of the orbit of Earth, have chosen to stay completely neutral. The Solar Citadel Empire do not feel like they have any reason to force them because they're very far out, so much so is Colony Cluster Romeo. But they are putting down their hands very close onto the original ring of Fragment Memory, Colony Origin, and the spaceports, and are moving out towards the middle ring of Daigun, Spaceport Dosa, and Colony Paradiso. All of this has been going on for the past 4 years, and the Citadel Empire are doing very well with that. They have been pushing back very quickly and have been attacking any insurgents that have decided to try and stop what they're doing, because we're talking about two armies that have now merged as one. There's a lot of them. They've been doing a lot to slow down any resistance that tries to speak up against what is known as the Iron Fist of the Empire at this point. Now, during that time, and during the merging and everything that's been going on around Earth and its central colonies, clusters, not much has been heard from Mars. Now, Red Iron Operations, when they found their original technology in the original tears back before the great push up into space with the mobile suits and the creation of the mobile suits, Red Iron Operations sought to work with Universal Corporations for a time before they found themselves a way to get back to Mars. Now, Mars itself, unlike our Mars, was a lot more inhabitable and easier to terraform and live on. So much so that there has been small remnants of humanoid creatures that do live on Mars. These people are known as the Volgana. They are sort of hardy, stronger humanoid species that have lived on this planet for quite a while. They don't know how long, and they won't describe to regular humans how long they've really sort of stayed there. They don't really get along with each other. I won't explain why, because that'll come into the story soon enough. But it has a more breathable and temperate atmosphere than our own, mostly extruded from like underground biomes that are beneath the crust, like waterways and just general sort of natural resources that do reside on this universe's Mars. Red Iron Operations were known very much for their ships and their crafting of spacefaring aircraft back in the day. Kind of left mobile suits to other teams and do this, that, and the other. Took their ships and spent months escaping the main sort of cluster of Earth and moved to Mars. These ships were so big that when landed on Mars's crust, they were able to kind of self-absorb and self-terraform with like a artificial atmosphere that they kind of gave themselves, which allowed farmers to begin taking what they had on their ships at the time to start farmlands and make small settlements. Now, I'll move us over to I'll move us over to the map that I just popped in a second ago. That in here and hide a couple of things. 1 second. Nope, that is not what I wanted to do. Not that. And hide that. Okay. So, this is just a small portion of Mars where Red Iron Operations had landed themselves down on. Rakapetal Providence was the first city that they formed. Rakapetal is the company that works on the political side of Red Iron Operations. They deal with the basic political dealings of Mars at this time. They make sure that Kazanix, which is the military and production line corporations, deal with the orders that they take from different places. So they take orders from different companies all over the Earth's orbit for ships and mobile suit production, and they deal with obviously the political side and the civilian side of Mars, so where people live, what jobs they do, and everything else in between. So that's the political and boring side of the main sort of stay of this whole city. It's the biggest city, and it's the only real city that's kind of like a big mass of buildings. Any other sort of civilian states and industrial states are more or less made by large air bases with 4 to 5 large aircraft, sort of spacefaring cruisers that have landed on the Earth, on Mars, and they've kind of made small settlements with a couple of manufacturing companies here and there just dotted around the sides. Which is where you get the Ultras and Ulterior civilian states, where it's just a couple of bigger ships where people live and do a little bit of work, and a couple of buildings on the outside with a couple of agricultural areas. The Kazanix dockyard state and industrial state is where most of the production is formed. So you've got the dockyard state will be just filled with a vast valley of different ships, cruisers of all different shapes and sizes that they either build, use as home bases for their military assets and mobile suits, or just civilians that have moved over from the civilian states over to work on a ship at that time, or whatever they've been contracted to do. And the Kazanix company border is where most of the companies that act under military sort of jurisdiction reside. Now, Kazanix themselves, as they stand as the main force that deal with producing mobile suits and cruisers and spacefaring ships, and also the military assets that reside on Mars, are formed into about 10 different companies. Our team is part of Company Crimson. Company Crimson is led by a man named Arthur Day, and separated most of his troops into small pack-like squads. So his company is divided into small mobile suit sort of kill teams and hit and run mobile suits. You've got very, very cliche pack names like the Wolf Squad. You've got the Hyenas, the Rhinos, and all of these different kind of names that, you know, sort of say what they do. Hyenas, a big group of them that work together at hunting down insurgencies, or even the Empire if they've chosen to set down on Mars. The Rhinos are more or less the border patrol mobile suits that reside around the outside borders with their shields and large pole arms that protect themselves from any dangers that may be on Mars, and other such sort of choices from there. Now, our players, they have all come from different companies at this point in time. They've all been working their days, however long they've been with Red Iron operations, be it the last 2 months or be it the last 2 years. They've been in their companies and dealing with the situations that arise around Mars. Now, for a very long time, that was just training people, educating people, learning how to produce, manufacture, and build mobile suits, and anything else of the sorts. They have also worked with getting a better neutral ground with the Volgana that live on Mars. Now, the Volgana themselves live on the upper parts of the wasteland of the Mars of Mars. I keep saying the Mars because I keep saying the Earth from the last sessions. It's the big open space of wastelands, which is just basic desert ground and big valleys and orangey, warm coloured sands. The Volgana live on the other side of that, and Vivirion is the neutral city that they use to communicate with the humans, or humanity, as I should say, and just use it as a place to trade and work with each other and help each other out. Now, Kazanix itself as a company has hired a lot of Volgana to work with them, so it is not uncommon nowadays to see within the company border and industrial estates these larger, big, bulking sort of characters that walk around with very shaggy red hair and sharp teeth, stronger muscles, as they walk around with very much more tribal and pelt-like clothing compared to a lot of people that use regular sort of any sort of material that they could have used from when they left Earth, which is more regular clothing and normal suits and the likes. There's an understanding between them at this point in time. The Volgana, as brutish and as angry as they can be, couldn't really fight against the giant metal beasts that landed, known as mobile suits. And as much as they liked to kick and shred at the shin pads of these nano-laminated mobile suits, couldn't really do anything more than that. It came to an understanding that they will help and deal with humanity and Red Iron operations on Mars as of right now, until they see that their need and their use is wasted and they can do something else about it. That doesn't mean that all Volgana are angry and hate humans, and it doesn't mean that they're all going to hate each other at the end of the day, but there's just some that hold and reside a little bit of hatred towards what had happened a few years ago that had caused a catastrophe on Mars, and that'll be explained shortly within the stories themselves. Now, are we all good? We all listening? We all happy?
Yep, check so far.
Excellent, excellent, excellent.
I don't know about listening.
Okay, well,
Just kidding.
that's fine, man. Smile.
My ADD kicked in at one point, and I had to like reel it back in. You know, I was like,
You're
oh
all good.
shit.
You're all good. Don't worry. So the basic gist at this point is Red Iron operations made two different factions. You had Rakapetal, that are the political side, and Kazanix, that are the manufacturing and military assets of Red Iron operations. Red Iron operations will then take anything that they make on Mars, move it around Earth spheres, and give them to people that want it. And they don't care who takes it. They didn't really care at the time. The only thing that they're a bit disheartened by is the Empire that seems to want to take over Mars and see fit what they want to do with it. And you guys don't like that. None of you guys like that. None of the leaders really like that. And they're not really going to give them any quarter. So whenever some sort of occupation tries to attempt themselves into the wastelands, Kazanix will send out a company, or like I say, they'll take out the Wolfpack or the Rhinos, and they'll go out and they'll beat the ever-living shit out of them, and then the Empire will slowly retreat back into the hole and void of space and cry and lick their wounds and try again. This has been happening more and more recently. You don't know very well how much they're avoiding colonies and just coming straight to Mars, but there seems to be a more frequent arrival of the Empire trying to just slow down what you guys are doing, or take it over, depending on which one's easier for them at the end of the day. They haven't been able to strangle you and stop you from your production line. You have a very big orbital fleet at this point, and you have a very big production line on Mars. There is a very rich, precious metal mining grounds on Mars that you've been able to use to not only help build up and create these mobile suits and these ships that you have, by recycling fuel and any sort of energy that you can, but also have found people with the brightest and smart ideas of being able to create this nanolaminate armor. Now, Red Iron operations are the only ones at this point in time that seem to be that have the ability to allow people to have nanolaminate armor. So not every Grays and every mobile suit you see on Mars actually has this nanolaminate armor. It's almost kind of given to the strongest, the best, and the ones that seem fit to use it. Nevertheless, it is there, and it has been seen and used around Earth at this point as well. The original team have come across a couple of mobile suits that have had it. They've realized that their beam rifles have done nothing of the sort of being able to break through, more than just warm up the plating. Only napalm / ballistic style weaponry can get through nanolaminate armor at this time. So, moving our way down towards the Kazanix company border against the Kazanix dockyard state. Company Crimson has been tasked recently with a production line of mobile suits for a benefactor in Earth's sphere. Now, you'd been given a name. The name was CB Asuran. He is a collector of sorts, and he had...
How do you spell that?
So that is C.B.
Yep.
ASOURAN.
ASOUR.
AN, yes.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. Benefactor from Earth. He does a lot of work with collecting of old mobile suits that have been sort of kind of been and done, especially from like the Universal Corporation side of the production line. But he's also been looking into acquiring new mobile suits from companies that have just sort of, kind of up and coming at this time. That's you guys. You guys have been making these new mobile suits with nanolaminate armor and have been doing quite well with it. So he's decided he's going to shove some of his wealth towards your way. And Red Iron Operations said, yep, no worries. And then they passed the butt down to Company Crimson, which is you guys, to see to the production of these mobile suits, the protection of these mobile suits, and once sorted, the delivery of these mobile suits as well. Now, that would mean just sending it over to one of the big ships that's orbiting Mars at the moment, and then Red Iron would do the rest. Let's have a little move over to that map is massive in comparison to everything else. Ugh, okay. Moving ourselves over to one of your dockyard estates with Company Crimson. Now, bring you guys in one at a time from different portions. Start with in one of the last combat escapades that your teams had run into a couple of issues. Be that an invasion team had come out and stopped you guys all too early and taken out some of your units, or an Empire team had done a considerable amount of damage to one of your teammates or your own mobile suits. You kind of gone into a string of bad luck, and you've each of your pack have had problems doing the jobs that have been assigned to you by your commanding officer, Arthur Day. It's not a stretch. Things are getting harder on Mars. People are definitely trying to steal what they can or take what they can by force. And you all have been asked to meet with your commanding officer back at your Company Crimson sort of estate, your little village area. As you can see by the map, most of Crimson Company's main estate is built up of about 5 different capital ships that had come from Earth when they first existed, and a production line of many greys that would then be moved over to different companies that have either asked for them or different people of Earth that have also asked for them. Your mobile suits have been with you this whole time. You've been using these mobile suits for a very long time. They're very much a second body to you, and you've been using them quite frequently. They may be beaten up recently and they may need some repairs, and this is definitely the place you would go to sort everything out. Your company commander would live in the kind of airstrippy area and kind of live in an office at the very top of the main building in the center. He's asked you guys to come and meet with him as soon as you are available, which is more or less around this time. So, albeit you are flying in on a dropship with your mobile suit, or you're walking your way over there with it, or you're walking there yourself without it, who would like to go first in introducing themselves?
I suppose I shall. Long
There you
pause.
go. The long pause, and we've got it from there. Yeah, that's fine. Absolutely fine. Right.
Let the adult take initiative.
One moment. Okay. So, Emo, explain where you are, what you're doing, and who you are.
All right. I'll say about this time he's going to be getting out of the barracks. Already sorted out most of his work earlier in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
See, pretty athletic looking man. Definitely a bit dirty, but not. He seems he takes as much care of himself as he's supposed to, but otherwise his appearance, very little care has really gone into anything. His hair is completely unkept.
Mm-hmm.
His beard's growing in. His uniform is kept so that he doesn't get in shit.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems to be a man that is almost disinterested in actually his overall outward appearance. On his side, he's got a sidearm. So long as it's a military base, so it won't be uncommon. He'll does have a rifle slung over the shoulder. Surrenders it when asked. And yeah, he's just gonna walk over to the offices.
No worries. Okay, so you walk into the offices and you see a very large man, tall, broad-shouldered, a bit of a beer gut on him and stuff. Kind of receding hairline, sort of grey down receding hairline. And you know this man as Barnaby Brown, one of the kind of operatives around this building itself. And he's there with a data pad, flipping it over. And he sees you come in. He's like, "Well, buddy, how you doing?"
Doing all right, Brown.
Good. Commander asked for you, did he?
Yeah, some sort of meeting going on.
Oh, okay.
You know anything about it?
Can't say that I know much about the situation, but when he calls in people one by one, it could be a good thing. He might have something for you, a new mission, maybe a different contract.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I've heard you've been having a bit of trouble recently. How's that been?
Jones is keeping the guys in line. A couple of them getting a bit rowdy, but they're too scared to fuck with her.
Yeah, that is what it is, isn't it, these days?
Yeah.
Alright, that's not too bad. Well, I think he's in a meeting at the moment. It'll only be about 10, maybe 15 minutes at maximum. I don't know. Let's have a little look. I got a couple of different guys coming in today. One of them said that he's going to be a little bit late, so he won't be here. But there should be a couple more guys coming in today. I tell you, if he's bringing in a couple people, you might be in luck. There might be a little bit of money in this one.
No, hard part's figuring out where to spend it, isn't it?
That's exactly it. There's not really much to do here at the moment, is there?
It's a whole bunch of fuck all or zilch.
You've been thinking about going back to the Earth sphere at all?
Thought about it. Honestly, with how things are just falling apart from the sound of things, I might be better off staying on this ball of sand.
Yeah, maybe they'll make a couple of malls or maybe a couple new bars that we can go to, eh?
Would be very nice. I'll buy you a drink whenever they actually open one.
That's it. Otherwise, it's the same old in the ships. If you can find it. Most people are taking it by now. You know, I think they'd probably start making some sort of breweries maybe at one point, but gotta make the barley for it, you know.
Yeah.
It'll come in tow. It'll come in tow. How's your mobile suit anyway? Is it all right?
Yeah, it's good to go. I got it fixed up after the last shit show.
Okay, all right, good. Well, if there's any other issues, obviously, give one of the mechanics a shout and they'll have a look over it. Otherwise, yeah, have a pop-up spot. I can get you a cup of coffee. Can't say it'll be great.
Yeah, coffee's probably smart.
All right, give me a sec. And Barnaby walks off and goes off towards like a little cafeteria area. And I'm going to throw the bat to Hegone.
Okay. You said that we were like on a ship with our mobile suits?
Completely up to you how you come in, yeah.
Okay. So Sebastion is it's a bit of a quiet guy. Spends a lot of time on his own with his mobile suit, basically. He's a bit of a mobile suit nut. Well, funny, awkward guy. Spends a lot of time with his Haro as well as his partner right there. They work together with his with diagnostics and systems on the mobile suit itself. Either way, I'm to be coming to the meeting, right?
Yeah. So you're walking towards the building itself, yeah. Before you get into the building, you get interrupted by just one of the chief engineers as he walks by. He's got a bit of a stubble. He's got one of those like crash helmet kind of protective gears on and high vis. And he looks over to you. It's like, that's Seb, right?
That's me.
Hey there, do you know, I got a guard docket saying your mobile suit's going to be here soon. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I left it on the ship.
That's alright. That's okay. I'll go over there and grab it in a second. You alright? You doing alright?
Yeah.
You're kind of looking a little down.
Am I?
I don't know. Is this how you normally look? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it like that.
It's okay. I get that a lot.
God, okay. Well, I mean, is there anything else we can do besides mechanical work and fixing up your mobile suit?
The sight systems, I think they need to be recalibrated. If you could do that.
Yeah, of course, man. We'll have a little look at it and see what's going on and get back to you lickety split. Definitely.
Thank you.
So I like the color scheme on it, definitely.
Yeah, I worked hard on it.
Definitely. It's nice that Mr. Day lets you do that. A lot of the different companies around here, they just make them as a factory default and just give them an insignia on the side or like a number. No,
I didn't ask.
No, well, that's fair enough, man. I mean, I'll take that. That's pretty cool. But yeah, no, a lot of people in Crimson do that, as far as I can see.
Call it a little personality.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. You know, if the person inside the suit doesn't have some, at least the mobile suit does, eh?
Yeah, might as well, right?
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean that like at you. I was just saying like if the just like if a regular person's just.
I'm just staring at this dude super blank right now.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I just meant like sometimes you get a couple of boring pilots, and those pilots, I mean, you're not you know with the hat. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And the basketball.
What about?
Is that a basketball? Yeah, is that it?
Yeah, it's a basketball. You want to catch him?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, come on. Let's go throw it over. I can get it.
Yeah, I throw the haro at him.
Okay. Cool. We'll do our first roll. So I would like you to 1 second.
Oh wait, no. Can I? I want to describe it.
Yeah, go describe it. Absolutely. Yeah.
I pick him up right, and I bounce in my hand a bit, and I throw it like a baseball instead of a basketball right at him.
God. Okay, right. So with that, just do an act under pressure. So when you act under something you're doing that's a little bit overzealous in some way or another, you're about to throw, which obviously this mechanic did not in any ways notice that when the ball slapped in your hands, it had a metallic sound to it. Has his hands in a downward grab, ready to grab it from like a donkey throw. Not 100% sure ready to go for this full pelt act under pressure, which is a roll on a cool.
Roll on cool?
Yeah.
No plus minus, correct?
Well, how much cool have you got right now on your character? Two. So you add two to it, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
A 9. Okay, so the keeper is going to give you a worse outcome, a hard choice, or a price to pay. So for this first episode, I'll over-explain each one as we're going through them for the first few times so we get an idea. So 7 and 9, going to give you a worse outcome, hard choice, or a price to pay. The price to pay will be this. You smack him clean square in the face. He drops down like a sack of shit and screams in agony. His nose is busted, lifted and tilted to the left-hand side somehow. And your haro, or basketball as this guy thought, drops to the floor and has a little bit of a bang bump dent in its lower side. That causes a little spark as the haro just goes, danger, danger, danger. As he kind of rolls himself wobbly back towards you as the mechanic stays on the floor, wiping up the blood over his nose where the sting is so hard he can't even see forward in front of himself.
Why didn't you catch it?
I thought you were gonna like throw like a basketball or like a baseball. What is that?
I don't know. I just thought you were ready for it. My bad.
I was not ready for that. Thank you for the follow, Willix. But it still doesn't help the fact that my nose is so busted to the side. Oh. Am I bleeding? Am I bleeding? He looks up at you, like kind of curled up on the floor a little bit.
No.
What are you doing?
Thanks
What are you doing?
I mean, I feel it. I see it. It's on my hands. It's everywhere.
I thought my haro traded paint. My bad, bro.
It might be that, but it's definitely blood at this point, I think. Jeez.
Yeah, you might want to get that checked out.
Yeah, the sting is really giving me a kick. I think Mr. Day needs you inside. I'm gonna go and get this sorted.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm not crying. Don't look at me like that. I'll see you later.
I'm not looking. I tip my hat down and I just walk in.
You just sort of, the last thing you see is just him crawling towards one of the barracks on the left. Like a blood trail behind him as someone else is like, "Hey there, Jeffrey, what the fuck that happened to you, man? Come over here." He just walks over to a group of other mechanics. He's like, basketball. As you walk in and into a quiet sort of secretary opening area, and you just see Law stood there waiting for his cup of coffee.
I've yet to get it.
That's it. Yeah, it's yet to get it. He is still outside trying to make sure the machine works.
All right. Morning.
Hi. Nice weather.
Yeah. Nice ball.
Yeah, he's nice. Say hi.
Are you?
Hello.
Oh, okay.
Damaged.
Damaged.
Don't worry about that.
But hurt.
Break it.
We'll buff it out later. It's fine.
Thank you.
It was just a little sport accident.
Owie.
Yeah, I was about to ask. Like, you come in with the ball cap and the ball.
Yeah.
Sports.
Just get off.
Sports.
I just don't like the sun. That's why I wear the hat.
Oh,
That one.
you're like
He's
the
my-
sun. You're on fucking Mars. All right.
Fine. Gotta work with it somehow, okay?
Yeah. No. Feel you. Make it best out of a shit situation.
Okay, so Barnaby walks back in now, pushes his big old rear in through the door, turns around with 2 cups of coffee. He's like, all right, here we go. Oh,
My man.
Sam, sorry, and he looks at the 2 coffees, unsure if he wants to give you his. And then he goes to offer it to you anyway as he hands over the other one to Law.
I don't like coffee.
Oh, good, because I really do. And I tell you what,
Okay.
this coffee, it's really bad. So,
It's just mud.
it's as mud as you can get, yeah.
All right.
Let's have a little look here. Seb, yeah? Yep, no, yeah, Arthur's waiting for you today as well. Okay, not bad. Yeah, he'll be a couple more minutes. Can I get you like a soda or something? I think we still got a couple somewhere.
Do you have seltzer?
I think I do. Give me a hot minute. I'll go back and have a little look again. As he turns around with his coffee, very gingerly, gently, carefully taking it as it's still nearly full to the brim. As he walks through the sliding door, like the flippy doors, towards the cafeteria once again. And you just hear the Haro go, "Hot coffee."
What?
Hot coffee.
Yep.
He's just giggling to himself for real.
Every time I take a sip of it, there's like a wince. Well, at least it'll wake me up.
Yeah, I don't. Coffee makes me throw up.
Oh, Cat's just reminded me something. Yeah, never mind. When you roll your... I told you to add 2 to your roll. Don't do that. That's if you have any forwards or ongoings. The roll will roll your 2s.
That's what
My bad.
That's what I was worrying about.
that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
That's fine.
No, that's understandable.
We'll just... Yeah.
Okay,
fix
now
it
we
for
got
next
that
time.
cleared
That's
up.
fine. To be honest with you, you had a 9, so it would have rolled down to a 7 anyway, so it would have been the same thing. That's okay.
Yeah,
At least remember that. Yeah, no, you're right, Cat. I completely forgot. But that's fine. Hot coffee, as we were saying, yes.
Every time he sips from it, he like winces.
Is it good?
No, it is not.
We should have gotten like creamer or something.
Well,
Do we have that here?
honestly, I'm almost afraid to ask because if the coffee is coming out with more grounds than water in it, the cream is probably just cheese.
What are you doing here? Ba-bow, ba-bow, ba-bow.
Cheese coffee?
That sounds awful.
Terrible. All right.
Starting to feel like we relate more to the ball than you.
Maybe.
The poor hot coffee in the Haro himself, isn't he?
Maybe.
Danger. All right, so let's roll back into our next character. Noodle, how are you doing and what are we doing?
Yeah, so just describe myself a little.
Yeah, go for it. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So Rhyse is a bit of a large fellow. Pretty decently muscular, But he's not exactly of the same make as the other two, He's got a bit more going on physically. He's adorned not in really typical clothing, but more so a little more tribal, a little more wrapped here and there, maybe a few trinkets. Yeah, he's gonna be walking in over from we'll say the hangars. Gonna walk in through the front doors. He's holding something, but probably wouldn't fully make it out unless you went up to him. Of course, front desk is empty right now. Yeah.
Yep, just these two inside the open area at this point in time. Yep.
Yeah. Gonna walk up to the desk, look around a little, turn to Seb. Seb, yeah.
Seb, yeah.
Sebastion, but it says Seb on his thing, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna look him dead in the eyes, say "nice throw," and then turn back to the desk and just wait.
I'm just embarrassed.
You can still kind of hear muffled complaints outside at this point of this guy. He's going,
What the hell is that guy? You hear somebody cursing?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Think we should check it out?
Nah, I think it's fine. We should just stay here.
All right. Not my problem.
Okay, with that, Barnaby comes back out now with the seltzer in hand, capped up, and turns around with coffee in hand, which is now half drank to not spill it all over his genitals as he walks back in. Moves around, pushes himself towards the centre, and goes, "All right, there, kid, here we go. Got yourself a seltzer there. Oh, that's hang on a bit." And he puts it down and looks up at Rhyse and kind of looks like, hang on a second. Gets his data pad, taps it a couple times, looks at it, raises his brows, looks at him, raises it. Rhyse?
Here for the meeting. Same room, right?
Yeah.
Just gonna start walking.
I mean, he might be a little bit, he might be waiting a little bit, but you know what, you two, go up there and say hello. I'm done. I'm going on my break. I need a cigarette. Cigarette tastes as bad as the coffee, but the coffee tastes as bad as the cigarette. So at this point, it's kind of pointless. Just...
Can I have my seltzer?
Oh yeah, sorry. And slides it gingerly towards you. Here you go. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
My bad. Okay.
You take it easy.
Yeah, you too, man. Look after yourself.
We'll try.
Oh god damn, it's hot. Okay, so with and it's Rhyse, isn't it? It's pronounced Rhyse, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I'm just making sure, yeah.
Of course.
With Rhyse at front and the other two in tow, you guys make your way up quite a long stairway. There's no elevator. They didn't bother making an elevator in this one here. They thought most of the people should really, get out and start using their legs, considering all the ships are so big that there's elevators everywhere. And you wind your way around with a couple of windows on your right-hand side that sees that shows you a clear view of these 5 or 6 very large ships just off into the distance. On each of these ships, you can see stuff like cranes that are on top of them that are pulling materials out, mobile suits that are just kind of stood on top and, surveying the area, as well as mobile suits that are half built that are being dropped down into the ships or packaged away. Past those buildings and past those ships that you see is just clear skies out into very rocky and Grand Canyon style sort of spires and cliff sides and mountain tops all off into the distance, sort of breach over that kind of basic horizon that you see on Mars. Now, Mars's natural atmospheric sort of touch and taste has a very orange tinge to the sky, but there's still a bit of blue just because of the sort of artificial sort of aura that you guys are in right now. If you were to leave that area, you'd still be able to breathe, but you could definitely feel the difference in the sort of ashen and dusty air compared to these sort of almost giant, these 5 ships. They've got like giant air conditioners at this point that are just pumping out these cooler airs and more natural breathing environments from the AHAV reactors that they have copied, manufactured, and pumped into every single thing that they can, because that was your power. That was Red Iron Operations technology that they found on the tear that happened so long ago, 80 odd years ago now. The inside of these buildings, however, a little bit warmer. Doesn't seem to be much air conditioning in these ones because why bother? You guys are going to get enough air outside. These are built haphazardly and ready to go. People can sit in their offices and feel like they're doing great and fantastic for Mars, even though most of the time these leaders are just kind of forcing you to do left, right, or other. Now you make your way up to the top, and it's just a clear open landing up towards a nice big oaken brownish sort of door that was built haphazardly by some sort of plywood at point, what was ever inside one of the ships, but painted to look nice. The door is cracked open somewhat, and you can hear a conversation going on inside the office. Just a couple of mumbling conversations with one that is very clearly a staticky over the communications sort of conversation.
Probably give him a minute. I think Barnaby said that he was already in the meeting.
Oh, is he like... Oh. I see.
Secrets. Secrets! The Haro calls out in your hands.
Stop. You gotta... I need you to chill out, man.
No.
Dude, we're about to go into a meeting with my supervisor.
Professional.
Dude, I'm gonna have
Maybe
to
it's
leave you.
best if you turn them off.
Business tie-ins.
No,
No,
that's-
no,
no, they
no,
don't-
no,
oh,
no,
God.
no,
Oh, God.
no, no.
Don't-
He is
don't-
flapping, just going mad.
Stop.
No,
Stop.
no, no.
Stop. It's
No.
okay.
No,
I'm not gonna. Stop.
I do not like the dark.
Dude, I look at Laura, and I'm just like, please,
All right,
Please.
fine. All right. You got a mute on it at least.
just apologize.
Sorry.
Thank you.
He seems
No,
kind of like just disbelief. Like he's just saying it because he thinks he has to.
He doesn't really believe it, but whatever it needs to do right now.
There's no actual sympathy.
Yeah, at that point, as you apologize, being a very easily manipulated mechanical ball at this point, which is rare these days, but not as rare as it would be in other Mobile Suit universes, as there are a few around in Earth as well. But this is probably one of the only ones around Mars at this point in time. Calms down, but with whatever expression he can give you with a completely blank and non-moving face, those red beady eyes just stare at Law, making sure that all of his crevices and seals are shut. So he can't turn them off.
I just shift the ball to make him look another way.
You can very much feel the gyration and the gyros inside trying to get him to move around, but your sort of clammy, sweaty sort of hands are holding him still at this point to stop him from looking back. At this point, you are forcing him to look at a wall. He is now at timeout. He doesn't like this, but he'll accept it for now.
Or it's got this just little grin. Amused.
I'm just looking at Lord. I took a sip of my seltzer, and I cough from the. I cough a little bit from the what is it called? The CO2.
The fizz.
The bubble.
The bubblings.
Take a sip of my coffee, and you see that wince once again.
I'm like, oh, why is it? There's like so much fizz.
Oh fuck! This is terrible.
Yeah, this whole time, Rhyse has just been standing off next to the door, fiddling with a small data pad.
Nice. So for Rhyse,
Not really paying the others any mind.
you can hear that the conversation's kind of coming to a close. You can kind of hear someone saying, "Yeah, not a problem. I'll get that sorted for you, and I'll see you later. Take care now." Just hearing the static, just a basic goodbye, and the very obvious click of the static on a data pad or screen has just fizzed out inside the room. You hear him sigh, and all knowingly he just says, "All right, boys, enter yourselves in."
Yes, sir.
With that, you walk yourselves into quite a luxurious office, actually. It's the typical, right behind him is an open window that views the whole of the ships, every single ship that you can see at that point in time in the airstrip. Each side of this office has got a couple of desks and some libraries, almost like little bookshelves with different books. Some of these books are just paper that's strewn across. One of those little birds that dips itself into water, but there's no water for him to dip into. What a shame. It just dips in front of him for nothingness. He has a nice sort of metallic desk, something that he kind of took from a couple of different pieces of metal from one of the ships that he's masked into it, and one of the chairs from one of the bridges as well that he has haphazardly turned into a chair that has some legs that can actually stand. So it doesn't roll around on the floor or anything stupid like that. Inside you see a man who's wearing what is known as a Kazanic uniform. It's mostly jet black with sort of red highlights. It's got a little clasp on its one of his breasts that has the little Kazanix logo. I will show you that whenever I make it. It's just basically just kind of like almost like a flame petal kind of thing. Greyed stubble, slick backed greyed hair, sort of the Silver Fox style with a bit of colour on the top. This tired-eyed man sits there with his top buttons undone, his arms crossed over his belly, which is a little bit on the rounded side, but he's definitely in fit shape compared to some of the other company leaders that you've seen before. And he just sits there and he kind of sighs and raises his hand to you guys as you walk in. You see a couple of basic chairs in front of him as well for him to sit down. His desk's got a couple of data pads, and as of now his logo looks like Whip, yes. He's got a couple of data pads around him and a basic sort of setup computer laptop that's just scanning through a couple of different things that he's working on. And he gestures towards the stairs and picks up a couple of physical paper documents this time instead of a data pad. Looks them over with a huff and a sigh, stacks them up and puts them to the side, rubs at his chin. Alright there, boys, how you doing?
Just, do fine, sir.
Alright, that's good. That's good. I say, I understand this may be a little interesting for you guys to be called in without your team, but I'll explain all that for you later. Have a seat. Take a seat. Let me look through these documents for you.
Thank you, sir.
Ruffles through, checks through some documents to see what does and doesn't exist on them. His eyes almost seem like they're looking through the paper. Seems kind of half asleep. Half a day, half asleep. Sighs to himself and finally kind of pulls himself up on his chair, gets himself forward and lays the documents down. Alright, boys, here's the situation. I can see that your packs haven't been doing too great recently, and I can understand the trials and tribulations that might come with. Suppose it hasn't been too easy recently with the Empire trying to push their fists down our asses, and frankly, I'm getting sick and tired of it as well. I'm sure you guys are too.
I'm just staring at him. Like, I don't say anything. If anything, I'm trying to make sure the Haro is not, Haro isn't doing anything nutty.
He's vibrating in your lap, but he's not doing anything yet.
At this point, I'm going to put the small device away and walk right up to the desk and just pick up the papers and start looking through them.
No worries. So,
is that allowed?
Yeah, sure. So, I would like Rhyse, because Arthur doesn't do anything. He lets you take them. He's not trying to hide anything. But I would like you to investigate a mystery to get an idea and a feel of what exactly he is showing you, and if there's any sort of anything between the lines. So, an investigate a mystery. You roll on a sharp, and then I'll show you all the different things you can do afterwards. Yes. An 8. Excellent. So on a 7 and 9, you hold 1. This hold can be spent to ask the keeper, me, one of the following questions. Now, in the other team, I don't make the players specifically ask these questions because it's a little bit more, it's a little less robust and it's more towards the whole Shaggy and Scooby-Doo kind of mystery investigation kind of thing. So at this point in time, with us, like I say, with an 8, I would ask you to just ask me a general question about anything you're specifically or particularly looking for, yeah?
Yep.
And you can use that now, or you can hold it for later. Completely up to you.
What do you mean, hold it for later?
So a hold means it's something that you can keep a hold of to do later. So you doing the investigative mystery right now, you've rolled it, you could ask me a question right now, or you can keep a hold of that one that you've got right now to then ask me another question later on if you feel like it might be worth it to ask later on. Yeah.
Yep. I'm going to hold.
There you go. Okay, no worries. So what you
keep looking over the...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So what you see over there is, if you've ever worked in retail or anything like that, you'll understand the whole idea of KPIs and numbers and how much you guys need to do to make your mark on Xanax and Crimson. Your numbers aren't bad, they're not ridiculous, it's just recently, especially with everything that's been going on recently with the Empire starting to come down to Mars, you could just see a small little dip in your performance, what they'd call your performance, quote, end quote. This is just to do with how much money you're making from your contracts, such as defending a certain point, destroying something that's not supposed to be there, transporting, delegating transport and movement of shipments and other such things. Just kind of dipped recently. Not so much in your manufacturing side and transportation side, but more in the... You guys have been getting beat up a lot recently. And not through any fault of your own, it's just that your packs have been trying very desperately to keep on top of all of these incursions and all of these insurgencies and all of these packs of Empire teams that have seemed to be coming down on Earth. It's clear from Arthur's face that he doesn't seem too disappointed in it, but the numbers are there for you. It's clear that your teams have been having a bit of problems recently.
Can I just like I walk up behind Rhyse and I just kind of like peek and I look at the papers. Not over his shoulder because I'm pretty sure I'm smaller than him, but like I'm just trying my best.
Peeking
you know
through
what I mean?
under the elbow or something like that to look through.
Yeah, just something. Just something.
Yeah. Unless he stops you, that's what you're doing.
After I'm done looking through him, I'm gonna hold him up, like over the back of my right shoulder. Pass him back.
It's like so we're just reading out.
He knows he's
like,
already
you're
there.
just holding
Yeah.
it.
like I'm gonna be done, flipping through him. I'm gonna hold him up, but it's gonna be at a height where like Seb's gonna have to reach a little. And I'm gonna,
honestly,
yeah.
I just put my Haro's face up to the papers and I tell him to record everything. He just like screenshot it,
which he does. He does a little, and he does with a very verbal click.
like I'm passing the paper back. I'm not like holding it up for him to read,
Yeah. Oh, so I gotta like reach for it.
Yeah, you gotta like reach.
I do a little reach and I grab the papers.
While that's going on, I'm gonna be looking at Arthur.
Mm-hmm.
Haro's still screenshotting though.
Yeah. Well, I see what the red number means, but if you've called us all in here, clearly you have a plan for it. Spit it out.
You could figure I've got some sort of idea, but it's not exactly anything that I'm going to start whipping you guys into and giving you guys some sort of performance checkup. And you gotta understand, I don't give a crap about the Federation and the Empire and what they did and what they were and how they are now. We moved over here many, many years ago, and we've been doing pretty good for ourselves. The reason your numbers are getting so poor recently and because of the damage that you guys have been incurring is because of those bastards, and quite frankly, I want to find out what they're trying to do. Now, I understand, and you guys know that I'm not exactly one of these company leaders that makes you guys force yourselves into jobs and make as much money as you can. As long as you guys do a good day and make a bit of money and I get the profit and commission in return, then we're alright. We're not bad. But I've had a couple of different companies getting on my back about you guys and the way that you guys have been working recently, and I promised them that I would I'd mix things up a little bit for a while to make it look like I'm changing something and trying to put some performance up. You understand what I'm saying?
Of course.
Now, I'm missing a certain someone today, but I understand he's busy with his team and he might not be back to the end of the day or otherwise, but say it nice and blunt, as of now, you three and the other that returns will be a new part of a pack. You'll be disbanding from your old teams. I hope you understand, but I won't have no as an answer, unfortunately.
Put our best foot forward to bolster our performance ratings.
When is this effective, sir?
As of the moment you leave my office. But you can go and talk to your team. I'm not stopping you from being friends with everyone. But they'll understand and they'll know in due course.
Yes, sir.
Now, there's a couple of things that have been happening recently. Most notably, I've had a benefactor that has asked for a couple of mobile suits. Only 2, surprisingly enough. He's got a team that's working on the outer rim of Earth's colonies, and he needs a couple of nanolaminate mobile suits that can do a little bit of damage in the melee department. Has a couple of guys he wants moving in with a particular trading company, and he'll need them done by the end of the week so we can get him sent off within the week up to Colony Digon, I believe it is. Now, understand, I will make you guys deal with the actual manufacturing or the transportation. I just want to make sure you go... Sorry, excuse me, I haven't had my morning dirt coffee, as you can see. But I just want to make sure that you guys have a bit of an understanding on what this kind of means for us as a company. This benefactor goes by the name of CB Asur, and he's a bit of a collector in his days, and got a bit of a team down in Digon that does a bit of work against the Federation. Well, sorry, my mistake, the Empire. Still find it weird to say that. And he's trying to form up a team to kind of do a bit of dirty against them. I think he's found a couple of people that he's liked and, wants to get back at them. Now, this ain't gonna involve you. You guys aren't gonna do anything crazy and get yourselves in danger, but the information he gave me and the information that he has been filtering through the Empire's sort of radio traffic, sounds like they already know Mr. Asuran here has given us a task to make these mobile suits and shift them towards Daigon. Understandably, this is going to cause a problem, because if they keep following them, they'll find out exactly where they are, exactly what they're doing, and Mr. Asuran will give me all kinds of shit if that happens. Dig?
Sounds simple enough.
Understood.
Now,
Yes, sir.
I have a couple of, let's call them, contracts for you from here, but these are personally coming from me to you, understand? This isn't Rackapedal or Red Iron Operations asking this, or even Mr. Asuran himself. Mr. Asuran did ask me if I could look into this to see if we can slow down the traffic of this communication. Understandably, his intentions, or his predictions, are that there may be a couple of Empire forces coming down towards Mars at this time to see if they can't figure out what's going on with us, what we're doing with Mr. Asuran. And not everyone can get away from the evil eyes of the Empire. They're pretty much everywhere at this point, so we're not going to try and stop them from figuring out what's happening, and I'm pretty sure at the end of the day, they probably will find out what we're doing, follow them back to Daigon, and lead them straight to where they are, and that ain't my problem. But I want to find out what the Empire are doing on Mars against the fact. You can get any information on them as to why they're following and tracking Mr. Asuran. That's just gravy and commission on top of it. Dig?
Make sure
When
they
do we
don't
start?
touch any of the merchandise and see what they're after at the same time. Seems simple enough.
Absolutely. Now, the main difference here is the tracking company. I forget the name. It's Olay Trade or something, but they'll be looking into picking up this collection from Sterling. So we'll be shifting our stuff to Sterling, the neutral colony, and they'll be picking it up. So it's a halfway job. But this is where the conversation stays between us. I have a feeling that there's someone in someone's company that is feeding information to the Empire. I'm not going to say it's ours, or I'm not going to say it's Beauregard's or anyone's like that, but much as I hate the fat bastard, I don't think he's got the smarts in him to have that happen. But I need you guys to do a little bit of digging. Might get you in a little bit of trouble. Might get you into a little bit of action. That's the kind of thing you're interested in. But no, I have a feeling that there's a team out there that might be working, feed a little bit of this information to the Empire, get them off the sack, and make a little bit of money in the process. You dig?
Yes, sir.
Alright. I won't give you any major leads, but have a little look around the estate here and see if you can't find out if anyone's doing something that's a little bit tricky. We always have different company engineers coming in and moving stuff for us, and you can't get a lead on it. Every time you can, I'll give you a little bit more money. And hopefully we can get these 2 mobile suits moved over to Daigon without much of a problem, and we'll make our money. How's about that? I'll take from that silence and that awkward cough that you just gave me that you guys are all ready and prepared to do this. Tell you what, if you get this all done and within the week that we've got, I'll see if Mr. Asuran can't send some delicacies from Earth back over here to Mars for you guys specifically. See if I can get some more for the rest of the team, but
Seb's eyes just light up. Just like hard focused. It's like, ooh.
I'll see what I can get. A couple of bottles or something. Good eats. I know it's been hard around here recently with a lot of the artificial stuff we're making, but I'll see what I can do for you in that sense. How's about that?
Roger.
Sounds like a deal.
So you're referring to food.
Food, wine.
Hmm.
I can't really give you people anymore. Human debris doesn't really work like that anymore. But you understand,
What about parts?
Now that's an interesting point. What kind of parts you looking for?
Just something to bolster the arm of, probably seen the modifications I've made.
You got some.
At least had the techs work on.
You got some blueprints I can have a look at.
Nothing right now.
All
We
right.
stripped the armor though to increase mobility.
Okay.
Can I walk up and just pass him like it's just a data pad with a list of a bunch of like parts ranging in high quality to the low that I want for my suit that I've had prepped this whole time.
Oh, you're giving that to Arthur, are you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so because Noodle asked the question first, and then you started to add on to it, what I want you guys to do is, at this point, that was never his intentions, but he sees what you're saying. So, Noodle, I would like you to do a manipulate someone, and Hegone. So I'm going to start calling you by your characters' names because that's what I do with the rest of the team. I keep mixing it up. So yeah, the reason I want you to manipulate someone. So what you're doing is you're trying to convince Arthur Day to give you more than what he'd actually offered. And Seb, I want you to help out, which is just rolling a cool. Now,
Okay.
by you helping out, you can also budget, which could be that you gave him the date pad too soon. He's like, "Fuck off, I ain't helping you with that." You can also, you can also help. You can also aid him in this. That's how these rolls work. So I would like Seb, I would like you to help out first. So I'd like you to roll your cool, and we'll see what happens.
Oh, me? My
yes,
bad.
yes, you. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I was just looking at my sheet.
You're all right. That was a 9, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so on a 7 to 9, you help grants them a +1 to their roll, but you also expose yourself to trouble or danger, which I will keep in my back pocket for a sunny, rainy day.
Wonderful.
But that's what the fun is. And then, so Rhyse, I would like you to manipulate someone. Try and convince Arthur to go above and beyond what he'd already offered you.
Is that a roll or a
Yes,
vocal?
it's a roll on charm.
Oh, okay.
And you add a +1 to that, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So where it says forward, just
Add 1 into it, yeah.
All right, cool.
Ooh. Was that a 1-2 and a +1?
That's Snake Eyes.
A 1-1 and a +1. That's
Oh,
nuts.
yeah, God, it was, wasn't it? Ooh, okay, so you've done your first fail in the game, which means you now add a tick of experience to your character. So every time you fail, you'll add and mark experience. So on your sheet, you should see a little experience thing on the top. Just tick 1 there. We move on to the next. But then, well, yeah, it's good and bad. So you get benefits for failing, but obviously from this point, it's not that dangerous. But Arthur basically shakes his head and said, kid, no can do at the moment. I haven't got a lot of materials coming in, but I'll at least have a little look around, but I can't guarantee anything within the next few weeks, okay?
Yeah.
I just go, any help is appreciated.
Understand that anything you scrap off any Empire scum or just some vagabonds that are causing a ruckus, you keep a hold of that and you can use that by all means, but I can't give you anything new right now. I hope you understand that. I do apologize.
I look at him and I just go, anything goes?
Anything goes. You know what our motto is. We have a motto? I don't remember. Do what you want.
Understood.
If I may, sir.
Go ahead.
As for your previous offer, can I perhaps ask for just a new coffee maker? Like one of those little prepackaged ones, you know?
I tell you what. I think I might have some back in my old cabin, one of the ships. Let me see if I can get you one of those now and call that the first part of your payments for the lot of you.
I don't
Thank
even
you.
like coffee.
Oh, good news for
Well,
you.
You're going to learn.
You don't need coffee. Or you'll learn, exactly, as Lord just said. You may need it in time. I see that Haro's trying to freak out and say something.
I just, what do you want to say? Just go ahead. I'm saying that to the Haro.
No. And he turns around.
Oh.
They grow up so fast.
Indeed.
All right. I'll send you over the documentations in a couple of places where some situations might be arising. But for now, have a little snoop about, and I'll go out and get some coffee for you guys. Don't tell Barnaby, though. We'll just drink it all.
Our secret, sir.
Mm-hmm. I hear that. All right, you guys are dismissed for now. I'll give you a call if there's anything else.
I'll give a salute and head my way out.
Bobs his head to you.
I just like, do the little tip hat thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
he does the same without a hat.
Oh. I just look at Haro. I'm like, you gonna say goodbye? Or you just gonna? It's gonna be like weird. What's up, man?
Sayonara, bitches.
I didn't teach him that.
I don't care about that. That's a funny little thing there you got. Gotta be honest, I thought it was a basketball 2 minutes ago, but never mind.
Why does everyone just think it's a basketball?
I don't know.
It's not even orange. It's not orange.
I thought you tricked it out. You did a little nice paint job.
For a basketball?
Yeah, you can do that, right? Can't you?
I don't know.
I mean, basketball was banned like 40 years ago, so
What?
After the LeBron incident of 0045. They don't let that in Mars no more.
Just waiting off to the side here for them to be done.
They don't let that around here no more, unfortunately. Go on, you scamps. Get yourselves out of here. I'll grab you some coffee.
Understood, and I walk out.
Just gonna catch him right at the end here.
Yeah.
You said we're missing a member, right?
Yeah, that would be true.
What's the situation with that? They caught up in a mission?
Situation would be that they might be caught up with some sort of mission. I think they might be on their move back as of now, but I'd have to get a check in on him, make sure everything's alright. Goes by the name of me finding the right tab so I can say it. It's Finnius Oxen, if I remember rightly. You ever heard of him?
Can't say I have.
Alright, he's a good lad. Got a good team, but we'll get him working with you, and we'll see what we can do. If there's any situation that arises that makes it any worse, I'll let you know personally, okay?
Yep. I'll be ready to sortie in 20 if they need backup.
Absolutely.
Not really up to much now, anyway.
Sure, they might need it if it comes down to that, but I'll keep you in the know, kid.
Alright.
Alright.
You just walk out.
Take it easy. Be seeing you. Alright, okay. So, we're going to take a quick break. Get your snacks and drinks and peas done. And we'll roll back in a second as the team goes back down to the entrance of the airstrip. Yeah, thank you very much, guys. Be back in a second. How do I do this again? I press something. Hello, hello, hello. I'm going to move over to the social, and the thing is probably going to play again because I didn't hide it, I bet. Yeah, I'm an idiot. There we go. I knew I didn't. I'm a fool. Welcome back, welcome back. So, all good, got your snacks and your drinks, had your peas. So,
I did.
we are at the position where you guys have just, at this point, left the main building of Crimson Company's airstrip. You guys have been given a task. How you do it is how you see fit. But as far as you guys have been told, there's a production line going on for 2 different mobile suits. For Sebastion, you don't have to worry about the production. Other guys and other teams in Crimson are doing that as of right now. The main thing that Commander Day wants you to do is just see if you can find out what's going on with not only the Empire that are kind of keeping a sneaky eye on you guys and trying to figure out exactly what's going on. Also that there might be a little bit of espionage and a little bit of an imposter among us. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Did you?
I'm so sorry. I couldn't stop. I couldn't.
You planned that.
I'm
That was planned.
I would leave this
so
call
sorry.
for comedic effect, but that might fuck up the overlay.
yeah. I said it, and then as soon as I did, I was like, nah. But it's there. It's
You're lucky I was muted because I immediately went Among Us like when you said it.
Yeah. So yeah, there is a bit of espionage going on, and there seems to be one or that are 1 second. Okay, that's fine. There's a group of people, or one person, or someone within Kazanix right now that might be kind of leaking information out to the Empire, maybe for a little bit of potential profitable gain. But it's definitely seeming like someone is sending some sort of information outwards and putting the Empire in the right positions as and when they need to. Now, it is entirely up to you guys how you choose to pursue this mystery. There are a lot of people and a lot of extra characters around in the airstrip at this point right now that you could talk to and find out things. And at this current point in time, most of your mobile suits have been transported and moved into the hangars that lie around the airstrip. One of the biggest things you notice around the airstrip right now is that, there's a very big production line of Greys that are being shipped off at this point in time. They're all very substandard and ready to go. Very basic, don't come with nanolaminate armor or anything like that, but they're being ready to be moved out into Earth's atmosphere. You guys don't particularly know who they're going to because another pack had the job. But the rest of the strip is just a lot of work. You can hear drills, welding, all the sorts of classic construction sounds off in the background in towards the ships. But in front of you, down the strip towards the exitway of the basic construction estate from here is just a nice open area, and the main sort of hilly area goes down in towards these more civilian estates that you can see off in the distance, where there's a couple of more buildings and some more civilian areas. These areas do come with like a couple of bars and a couple of cafes and shops and stuff like that, but most of it's just places where people live to survive, and a couple of schools as well. It is entirely, like I say, up to you how you guys go about and investigate this situation. Arthur Day will definitely give you as much as he can in the ways of helping you out here and there where he can. Before you guys left, he toddled his way over towards Law and gave him a bag of... excuse me. Gave you a bag of some sort of instant coffee that definitely looks better than what's being produced on the floors and in the agricultural areas right now.
I'm stashing that in my bag.
It's already gotten into his bag. Definitely looks better than what's been made right now. Obviously, he says as he gives it to you, always support the agricultural farmers, make sure they're doing what they do, pay what you can, do what you can. But these are like good coffee rations that you guys have been given from one of his packs back on his ship. So, what do you guys want to do?
Well, I don't know about you two, but I'm gonna swing over back towards my old pack, let them know that I'm no longer lined up with them.
Oh, I just sent them an email.
I am already walking back to the mobile suit hangar.
Well, I'll sort that out and I'll track you guys down after. How about that?
Okay.
I look to my Haro.
Email? Really?
Yeah. Is that not normal?
I get it, but
It's like a work email, just coworkers.
it's just all right.
I'm just looking at you like super I don't get it. I'm like it just doesn't register.
Yeah, there's just no connection happening. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like I don't understand.
Okay, well, I'm gonna sort my shit out. I'll track you guys down after. I'll let you know if anything happens. I'm a mosey off.
Actually,
so is it just like it's just me standing there with my Haro, right? Just like
at this point you've been left on the outside of the main estate building, and both Rhyse and Law have kind of gone in the main direction because the hangar area is basically where the rest of the packs and teams were. Yeah, you just kind of left there on the strip. You see one singular car go by with a guy who's holding a bloody noise as he drives off to a medical facility.
Ooh,
yeah. He stares at you when he goes by. You know that meme when they look at each other in the cars? He just looks at you as he drives by.
I just wait. I just look at I go to Haro and I'm like, hey, can you just like monitor the radio waves, I guess, or something? You know what I'm talking about.
Infiltration.
Go have fun. Go have fun. Go do you, pal. No. We don't say that here.
No?
No sus.
A bogus. He says that as much as a robot can say under his breath.
It's like
low pass filter as he says it.
It's like, where do you learn this?
You.
It's like, no.
Yes.
I don't talk like.
Yes.
No, I don't talk like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Cheese.
I don't say that either.
No.
Yeah. I guess I just walk towards the hangar as well, and I, just go into my grays, and I just do diagnostics, and I start working on the fat dent on the Haro.
You're gonna get a plunger and just pop it out.
Yeah, I'm just like trying to get it. Like, you know how you like with a car, how they look like smaller dents is like they ice it up and stuff, and then they try to like change the temp to make it easier to like manipulate.
Yeah. You just gotta try to warp the metal itself. Yeah, cool. So as each of you go towards the hangars themselves, most of these hangars are kind of like, they look like the top of basic airfield sort of like buildings. but in each side of them, they kind of concave down and inwards into almost like an underground cave system, with like a raising and lowering platform that goes down in like a diagonal slope. These are ones that obviously these aren't hangars made for quick deployment. They're made for just bringing you down into a bigger construction area underground, where a lot of these mechanics and like these signed up engineers will do a lot of work on your suits. And through the list of these different hangars, as much as they all have different entryways, it goes down into one big hub. And as far as this one hangar, which is sort of around like where these little barracks are here that you see, underneath the ground you would have just this big sort of hangar area just down here like this. So just a big kind of area underneath all the ships as well, where there's just lines and rows of different greys and a couple of different mobile suits that you've never seen before, but they're all still very much in the IBO sort of iron-blooded, Red Iron Operations kind of construction. And then this and that.
I have a question.
Yes.
So I have the learned skill in my thing, like my sheet, which means like I've researched, like it says Legends and Tales of Monsters, but when we talked about it, we kind of inferred that it was just like I'm a mobile suit nut and I just know a lot about mobile suits. Would I happen to know what those suits are, or is that like just like still unknown to me?
You researched all Legends and Tales of mobile suits.
Oh, in your home time.
When you investigate a mystery, you can ask the keeper questions from the following list. Yeah, so if you wanted to investigate a mystery of some of the things that don't add up inside the hangar right now, you absolutely could, yes. And these questions here, once again, like I say, this is being more specific. So, did this mobile suit exist when, you know, you were fighting?
Yeah.
Did it defense against this mobile suit? Yeah, absolutely.
I have experience like seeing it on the field.
That's it.
And stuff like that.
Absolutely, yeah. So if you wanted to do that now, absolutely, go ahead.
Yeah, so like you can just imagine seeing me. I'm just holed up in the cockpit, and I got like a little pair of binoculars, just looking at stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're just like peering over the things. Yeah.
Yeah. You're not like using the sensors on the suit itself. Like you're not.
No, I don't want to.
It's just super zoomed pixelation at this point here for you as you're looking through. Okay, so I would like you to investigate a mystery, and you can roll into those questions instead using land. Yeah.
Yeah.
So investigate a mystery is under a sharp.
Sharp. Okay, so I just roll on you.
Yeah,
you
roll
give
on
me
your
something
sharp,
to work off of.
Yeah.
Okay.
11, there you go, brilliant. So on 11, you can ask 2 different questions. So I will say the main 2 things that you notice in the hangar right now, other than your mobile suit, a load of different greys, a couple of different coloured greys that you're kind of pinpointing as Laura and Rhyse's as well. You notice one very large blue and yellow mobile suit. This mobile suit has 2 very long white horns on the top of it, has a single visor, green visor, and besides it, on a rack that's kind of being lifted up by a crane, is a blade that is definitely at least twice the size of this mobile suit that is next to it. It is huge. It is a Buster Sword of Buster Swords. This thing has a lot of the plating detached from the suit itself at this point, but is being slowly placed on and to. Besides it, you see another graze, and the only difference with this graze is it holds a very haughty and heavy kind of shield on its arm, with a very obvious kind of red cloaky kind of cape over the side of it. This one is completed to completion. It is ready to be going and shipped out. The one besides it, the bigger one, a little bit more, still got a little bit to go. It's definitely connected to a lot of generators, a lot of the plating is detached, but for you, very much notice these the face more than anything else, the crest and the face. Go ahead and ask a question.
Ooh. Am I able to like first pinpoint any weaknesses in these suits, or do they just seem like very powerful? So, especially the one with the Buster Sword.
So the graze itself, nothing crazy. It looks very much the same. You definitely tell it's got nanolaminate armor, because next to a couple of greys that have a very more matte finish, this one has a very slight sheen to it in the light that kind of pierces through these upper sort of windows that just sort of peek through the top of the ground. This graze, you can definitely say it's got that nanolaminate armor that you guys have been entrusted with as well. the mobile suit next to it has the same sort of sheen. The shoulder pads that are now resting on the floor. You can see these guys are working on making sure that everything's up to absolute peak performance. And you can see that sheen as they walk by, almost reflective on them. Weaknesses from that point. You understand that the frame inside this new mobile suit that you've seen before is same as the Greys, same as anything else that you've seen that's been manufactured by Red Iron Operations and Kazanix. With a couple of changes here and there, you can see the legs are a little bit different. It's got these sort of very large, flat feet, almost like what a land-based Greys might have, with a kind of almost circular kind of flat,
like
flat
a circular
footage.
flip. Yeah.
Without like a sort of forward prong. The biggest thing you notice is just the sheer size of its shoulder sort of shoulder length, and how much sort of power is in the top of this thing for basically just this huge chunk of metal that looks like it might have even been just ripped off the side of a ship. It's definitely been crafted to represent that of a sword, and you couldn't really tell if it could actually pick it up. But you particularly seem quite focused on the head. Something about the head and the way it's shaped kind of reminds you of something from the past. Things you kind of fought against, and insignias that you might have fought against back in the day. Yeah?
Okay. So, if I focus in on the head, I look deep into my, the recesses of my memory, experiences back on Earth, and experiences on Mars as well. Am I able to connect the design and the insignias to anything I've seen in my time?
So this is going to be your second question, yes?
Yeah, that's my second question.
So the second question you're asking is, yes, something that you notice quite obviously for yourself, because you're having this time to be able to sit down and look at it, whereas others might not have been able to. The head very much resembles the Citadel logo from back in the day. Hey, Cypher, thank you very much for the follow.
Which logo from back in the day?
The Citadel logo.
Citadel.
The enemy back in the day from the Federation. This sort of almost skull and crossbones, but the skull itself is more mechanical in shape, and the horns point downwards. And that was very much what the Citadel used to use back in the day, to represent themselves, kind of harbinger of death or change and protection. This head kind of resembles the same sort of thing, but the horns are up. That's the only thing you can kind of recognize at the time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all you see at this point in time. Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. All right. Thank you.
No worries. Absolutely. Yeah. So let's have a little look. See, Rhyse, what are you doing?
Yeah. So I would have come back to the hangar. Would I have to make an investigation roll to notice the two standout mobile suits as well, or?
Unless you're trying to investigate them, you recognize them as being different. You see what I mean? Unless you're trying to pinpoint any very specifics, you would just know that they are definitely different, and you're kind of gathering by basic intuition that these are the two things that are being manufactured for Mr. C.B. Yasurin himself.
Do I see the sword?
Yes, absolutely. It's very hard to get away from. It is twice the size of this mobile suit, and then at least a bit more for most Greys as well. It's huge. It's laying sideways on the back of a rack that's got, like I said, cranes connected to it to keep it upright. It sheens like any of the other mobile suits with nanolaminate armor, but it sheens just because of how well it's been buffed out to perfection almost.
I am very much intrigued by it. If there's a technician nearby, we'll probably be asking if I can get one made for myself.
Yeah, so you see Teddy, one of the lead mechanics. He's a very big, very large guy, beer belly, eats as much as he can, loves what he does. He's got big old goggles on his head. He's got a big, one of the crash helmets and a high vis vest that barely sits around his shoulders. And he's just looking at it and popping off and saying, "Yeah, that's it, boys. Get that over there. That's good. That over there. Make sure that's not moving. If that crate breaks, we're gonna die. So it's not my fault if it dies. If it falls, it's gonna hurt you. I ain't gonna be getting in touch with it. I ain't doing that. But make sure it's all connected." And hey, Rhyse, how you doing there, buddy? How's it going? What's going on?
It's being manufactured for one of our benefactors. What's going on here?
Yeah, it's Mr. Asurin guy, isn't he? Yeah, you heard about him too? He's a weird guy, man, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Now No, my
You
mistake.
think you got enough resources to make another one of these?
What, this sword? Are you kidding me? Have you seen the size
Yeah.
of it? I mean, it'd take at least another couple of strips from one of these ships. Why? How much? What's it worth to you?
Grace can lift it, right?
Oh, Grace could lift it, Grace. I mean, have you seen the size of this thing? I mean, yeah, maybe if we get like say if we get you some wow, I'm kind of losing my words here today. Hey, Brian, what was I supposed to say? I was supposed to say about the land legs. Oh yeah, that's it. That's what I was talking about. If you get yourself some land legs, get yourself some ground type legs, maybe we can get a bit of balance on there. Take away a little bit of the arm plating on the top of your shoulders, but make sure that your joints are working. We could probably get something working for you, yeah. What's in it for me, though? It's a lot of work.
Fair enough. Keep in touch.
Okay, no worries at all. I'll see what we can do. Hey, Brian, we might make another one of these. Are you kidding me? We gotta make another. He said he might want one. Get it and I get an idea. He kind of walks off. And someone's complaining to him in the background about the idea of having to make a second one of these giant swords.
Nice.
Meanwhile, you can see that your mobile suit is a couple of stacks back behind, and with a couple of other red greys as well that are just kind of sat there and ready. And you do whatever you want to do, yeah.
All right, yeah.
Okay, Lore.
Oh. Right. Laura's going to be moseying through the hangar over to where the devils are. Over to where the devils are slotted.
Yeah, wait, your
Space.
situation. Yeah, your position in the hangar itself. Yeah, absolutely.
He's looking for Jones.
Yeah, 1 second.
The lead.
Okay, so Jones herself, she's kind of sat on the top of what you would know as one of the ammo racks for your basic battle rifles that you guys use. She's not doing anything right now. She's just kind of watching other people do the work around her. But she sees you walking over. And from that, she just gives a smirk and drops down from the rack itself with a thud. Walks herself over to you. Laura, how's it going?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard they're trying to situate you somewhere else. Is that right?
Yeah, as of 13 minutes ago, I've been transferred to a new pack.
Well, I can't say I'm not disappointed, but Mr. Day must be kind of thinking kindly of you if he's giving you that kind of job.
Yeah, he's already figuring out contracts and shit. I got teamed up with a Hegone and some kid who likes basketball.
Oh, he likes basketball? That's kind of surprising, seeing as I was banned 40 years ago because of the LeBron incident.
Yeah, right. It's a real rebel.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean...
Hawks, too, which is kind of weird.
Oh, yeah. That, is a little bit. But anyway.
Yeah, so...
Away from the incident 40 years ago, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You going to put in charge? Me?
Hmm?
Would you want me to keep a hold of the devils, or...?
Well, you've been running the show so far. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to survive without me.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, without you around, it's kind of a different thing altogether, you know?
Well, if any of them start giving you shit between jobs, I can maybe spook them a bit for you.
Yeah, I think I'd like that. That'd be kind of good.
All right.
Yeah. But hey.
Yeah.
Like ever, just keep a level head out there, and I'll see you when you come back with whatever you're doing.
Yeah. Is anybody giving you a hard time already, or?
Well, I mean, most of the packs know that this is happening, and, you know,
Yeah.
any kind of dirt that they can give to someone to jab at them, they always will. Yeah, you know the hyenas, what they're like. They've been laughing about the situation of us losing another member, but you know what they're like.
A bunch of pricks.
For context, all of you guys know the hyenas as one of the biggest packs in the group. Exactly as their namesake, they are very much big pack hunters. They will follow targets for very, very many days to find out where they were, wait for them to strike, but they also do like to take on other people's jobs and take the scraps that they can after someone's blown up another insurgent strike or empire small base in any ways, and they'll take what they can. They're very much
They have a
part the
habit of
namesake.
muscling into other people's contracts.
Absolutely, without a shadow of
Okay.
a doubt. But yeah, they've been giving me, a little bit of a jab about it, but bunch of kids, in my opinion, they don't know what they're going on about.
Well, if they want to keep fucking around, it's going to catch up to them sooner or later.
They won't be around for long. Hey, they got a job in the wastelands about 20 clicks out, pretty far away, but apparently they're situated on a small base down there.
Weird. All right.
Well, since the Empire keeps coming and dropping into random locations, I guess Mr. Day must have gave them the idea of a little base off skirts that they might be able to
Making
find
some
a group.
fobs.
Yeah,
All right.
maybe. But we'll see how they do. Wolfpack's out as usual. Rhinos are up on the border. I'm here with the rest of my group without my lure. What am I going to do? Kind of smiles at me.
Follow orders, stay alive, don't be stupid.
Yeah. Can't promise the last thing, but I'll do what I can for the rest, huh, Chief?
Yeah.
Alright, but they're working on your
well-
mobile suit at the moment.
Yeah,
Give
they're
me a-
probably getting ready to move it.
Give me a shout before you go. Just to make sure.
For sure.
Alright, appreciate it. Stay safe.
Going to give them, a little fist bump, and
Mhm.
I'll track down my own mobile suit, and I'll just start helping with the work on it.
No worries. Absolutely. Okay, yeah, there we go. So, moving around, checking things out. Production's going as normal. Your greys all seem to be in good top shape at the moment. Just a couple of little tweaks here and there that they're working on just to make sure that you guys are doing what you need to do. Make sure that you're ready for your next endeavor. Now, at this point in time, there's not a lot going on military-wise. Arthur Day hasn't given you a call yet to say, oh yeah, maybe you guys should go out here, or maybe go and help out with Fox and his team. This is a little bit of a downtime, and the closest village isn't too far away, and then you've got obviously the hangars here with a lot of people, and Mr. Day is probably still in his office at this point here. So is there anything else you guys would like to do?
I just want to clarify. At this point, my Haro don't got a dent in it no more, right? Like I indented it.
Act under pressure for me.
Okay.
Yeah, just do an act under pressure. We'll see how good that thing's fixed.
Where is act under pressure?
It's on a cool.
Cool. Okay. Just not and boom.
Ooh. I mean, it's there, but you kind of, by unindenting one portion, you've scratched a lot of pain and kind of pushed on another side too hard. If he could give you a glare, he would, but all he can do is just stare blankly at you.
Ooh. I mean, listen, you win some, you lose some, alright, pal?
I lost.
Yeah, listen, we all lose. I lose. You lose. It's just a normal thing.
Sheesh.
Do not listen. Listen, buddy.
Take a
I don't know what.
experience, by the way.
I don't. Yeah. I don't know if that. Where are you learning this, man? Where is this coming from?
Internet.
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 You just like what? When we're like on downtime, you like what do you want? Like just watching videos?
Yes.
Like on what website are you going on?
No. Panics as he's trying to make sure that he doesn't tell you what sites he's been on recently. No.
Internet history is being flushed out.
Yeah, I'm like,
You see his
I'm
eyes
like
kind of flickering as he's trying to erase his history and
Hey, no,
delete his cache.
You deleted your cache?
Hello there, father. I have reinstated my original BIOS.
You're not allowed to. You can't do that.
Kidding.
That's elite. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, I'm going to enjoy playing the Haro. Oh, man, I need to put another one in the other team's game now. Oh, God.
Okay. Well. all right. Listen. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll send you to a professional next time. All right, get
No,
you a
no,
cool
no,
little robot
no,
smog. Oh no,
no,
you don't want that either.
No.
You gotta work with me, bro. I mean, like, what is this? Okay.
Baby.
All right.
Work with you.
All right, I'll fix you. My bad.
Yes. I'm having way too much fun with that. Okay. So the day's gone on a bit. You guys are making sure that your mobile suits are all set up, ready to go for any sort of situation that you might need to go into. Day's getting on and starting to set. That orange glow that kind of teeters on the sort of the illusion of the blue in the sky starts to grow a little more red as the night starts to creep in. Now, in the night on Mars, yes, it's very cold. The rotation on Mars a little slower in this universe, so you have longer days and longer nights. But it's not anything crazy. But you know, when the nights come in, that's when a lot of things can happen. Things can breach the atmosphere and start to make their way down into the ground, and you always feel kind of on edge. You know, you're ready for half the day to turn around and tell you that, yep, we've seen something drop down 20 clicks out from here to blah blah blah. We're going to need you to make sure that something's not, you know, causing any ruckuses. But at the same time, he could turn around and tell you that a couple of crazy vagabonds in one of the cities has stolen the grays and is starting to cause a ruckus, and you have to start and try and work as like some sort of police force to stop them from causing too much damage in the city. So you're all kind of on call, making yourself alert and ready to go. You don't really hear any calls until the sun really does start to set. In which case, Law, you get a call on your like data communication pad.
He's gonna pick up. Yep.
Hi there, Laura. How you doing? It's Mr. Day here.
Ah, sir. Pardon. How can I help you?
Don't worry. Don't leave that out of this. Just want to say we're just keeping an eye on the radar at the moment. I'll have your team put together and on call just in case something comes through. Haven't had anything yet, but I also haven't heard back from Oxen and his group yet, so I might send you guys down towards Central Wastelands between here and the Volgana just to see if you can't find out what's going on. It could be as easy as just a little bit of miscommunication and frail connection to their communications, but if anything gets bad, I'll give you a call, okay?
Yes, sir. I'll make sure my gear is ready to go. Do you want me to call up the other two? Get them prepped up, or
at least make sure they know about it just in case.
Yeah, I'll send them a memo.
We'll pull your mobile suits up out of the hangar and leave them on the airstrip just in case. Whilst I'm doing that, however, you know the little village just down off the strip? A couple of bars down there and a couple of the agricultural blokes live there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got word that, what was his name? I think it was a Lester Riley or something like that. He'd been down there recently talking about something he saw coming down out of the sky a couple hours ago, but our radars didn't pick up anything. You might have a quick little chat with him and just see if he's got any information, or, you know, if he's just talking a little bit of whack with the drink that he has these days. You understand my meaning?
Understood. Where did you say this Lester was?
He'll probably be down in the, just in the agricultural strip, just down
In the
from
town.
the
All right.
town, yeah. You go down the strip, go past the little factories on the right-hand side of you, and you should see a little village down there.
All right. I might borrow a Jeep and swing down and back.
Copy that. You can have whichever one you want. Take the fastest if you can find it. But bring the other two just in case. Make sure you guys are getting a little bit chummy. You might be together for a while, understand?
Yeah. Get all that bonding going. Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
All right. I'll let the crew know to prep up the suits, and I'll track down the other guys.
All right, that's a 10-4, and I'll catch you later. I'll call if you need you back on the field, okay?
Of course. We'll stay ready.
All right, sleep it easy. Click. As he turns off communications almost instantly.
All right. Laura's gonna dial in a ping for the other two, assuming I at least know their business emails.
Yeah. So you would have been given all communication details at this point, yeah?
Yeah. I just ask them to meet me outside the hangar, and I'm just gonna start shouting to the mechanic crew like, I need this, I need that, that one up front. Typical shit. Get them hustling.
Yeah, and they're around, you know.
And I'm gonna look for a jeep.
Teddy's there, like, come on, guys, get your things over there. Come on, we gotta get things out. Come on, move it,
Move
move it, move
it.
it.
Business.
And as you go to find yourself a jeep, you can see one of the sections of the hangar that has these kind of like slanted lifts. You see your 3 mobile suits at this point being lifted slowly up into the open area.
Am I still in the mobile suit?
At this point, with the communications, your mobile suit would have been shifted and moved whilst you were inside it. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's your lift up at this point for you.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So they would have been moved up into place. Right ones exactly where be. This one, not that. They're moved up into the strip, ready for if you were ever needed for a battle. There they are, the custom-colored gray. Really,
Ah, yeah, they look so good.
love all the colors for all of these. All right, so they get lifted and put into place, and then they're just left on these little track pads that have moved out into the main strip and sort of road in that area there.
Awesome.
Zoom in on these guys. We can have a little look at them because they're awesome. Major props to Cat for making a version of the greys with the armor stripped off. It looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks nuts. Our seats are sexy.
Excellent. Okay, so you guys have gotten word from Law that Commander Day has asked you guys to go down towards the little bar and areas just to have a little look and see if you can't find out some information. Little rapscallion garden farmer and agricultural man said he saw a couple of things in the sky, but he's been talking a lot of bull in the drunken slur that he is. He's requested that all 3 of you go together to have a little look and see what might be going on.
Oh yeah. For now, we're going to be going on a little bit of a drive down to the farm. Sound good?
So at this point, we're all linked up, right? Like
Yes.
we're all
Yeah,
saved
absolutely,
together? Yeah. Okay. What are we looking for?
Fuck, what's the name?
Lester Riley, did I say?
Lester Riley. Apparently, he's a drinker.
Yeah.
What?
I think we all drink liquids.
Well,
Right?
I mean, he's a drunk.
Oh.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah. You okay?
I've been hearing that a lot lately. Yeah, I'm fine.
All right.
Meanwhile, seeing as it's late in the day and all, Rhyse will have come from the mess hall. He's just got like a styrofoam package of food, but you realize it's like all meat.
Yes.
Oh.
So he's just
Nice.
staring at these two while they're having their conversation and just eating.
There you are. There you are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you wouldn't have noticed when he came by. He's kind of just been standing there, just
Oh, so the whole time?
yeah, just kind of like slowly eating and just listening to your back and forth.
Did you want to eat that, like in the back seat while we drive, or?
Let's go.
All right. Okay, fine.
I need to point out that this polystyrene packaging of meat doesn't barely hit the tabs either as well. There's that much of it in there at this point.
Amazing.
It's a thumb and finger holding together to stop it from opening up kind of deal at this point, I would say. Yeah. There's that much in it. But,
All right,
you know,
yeah. Jump in the Jeep, start driving once everyone picks their seats.
Excuse me, sorry. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just going to move us down to here to kind of give us an idea of like what it would look like. So just imagine that down in the villages is kind of like this kind of area here as well.
Pretty similar. Okay.
Yeah, just this sort of kind of area here. And you move your... Oh, actually... Beep, beep. There you go. So you make your ways down with one of these little hover trucks down towards the streets. In the dark and in the... Oh, actually, I could do something even cooler. Hang on a minute.
Wait. Pick our seats.
Pick your seats.
I am just sitting in the back, like the middle of the back row of the jeep.
Okay.
Oh, that must mean I'm in shotgun then.
Passenger and
You
rider,
are
yeah, and you're in
you
the
are
middle,
designated
yeah.
shotgun by default. Yeah.
Okay.
I do that. Yeah, there we go. A little bit of dark.
Yeah.
There we go. A little bit of darkness.
Whoa.
A little bit of dark to get a feeling for the night. Yes. So you guys are driving through the streets with Law driving. You've got Seb at the side with his Haro on his lap, and just this hulking presence in the middle seat at the back, just eating, watching straight forward as you guys go down these little streets and strips down towards the common bars of these areas. Now, the main sort of part of this little village that you're at, it's very much, one second, very much agricultural. Lots of silos. There's lots of sort of, like metallic barns, sort of Safeway areas and sheds, and a lot of like basic vehicles that people use. And as you drive down these kind of open areas that a lot of these vehicles can drive through, you come onto sort of like the back entrance of the town. Oh, that is not what I wanted to move. 1 second. Where was that? Hang on.
Did you move the whole Earth? Did you just tectonic shift?
Suddenly, Mars transforms into Cybertronian ultramagnets. I picked the wrong item. So you go down towards like the back end of the village, and this is where you come towards closer, smaller alleyways. And in these alleyways, you have very reminiscent of something past gone. Sort of street stalls, little bars and lights that dangle and connect between one building to the next in these almost tall street-like alleyways of food and dining and fun. Lots of people walking back and forth, a couple of signs here and there in different languages, all saying, drink here, karaoke there, and people basically trying to make the best out of that they can. The alcohol that they're getting is still working from the agricultural farms that they're making. The food is still artificial and being through. Yes, absolutely. In this Mars, there are a couple of different creatures that live on these on Mars. Very lupine rabbit kind of style beasts, stuff that you could capture, and the Volgana have very much lived off through their lives. They're a little bit bigger than a regular rabbit. They're a bit more like a dog, but they steer clear away from all of this industrial sort of estated areas. You would find them only in the wastelands and more of the Volgana areas as well. But that's where you're getting most of your real meat, which is very much what Rhyse is eating at this point in time. And it's pretty good. It's not bad. Get a couple of sauces on it, get some ration pack stuff and some seasonings, and it's not bad. And people are making what they can out of it. They're doing your basic barbecue styling and your on a stick. Anything they can do to make something of a meal of the only sort of protein that isn't artificial and being made through some of the different ships around all different Kazanics. It's very busy. There's a lot of people walking around and back and forth and just generally having a good time, ignoring the fact that, everything is production in Mars at the moment. It's all pick up what you can as quick as you can, get ready to go. And when the sun sets and it's time to relax, and people go off and they will drink what they can to forget the pain of the heat, exhaustion of the day, and reminisce with people and just have a good time. Just as regular as you could get at Earth, built in a way that only people of Red Iron Operation and the Volgana could do. And you see a couple of other Volgana, and they're all in different shapes and sizes, but they very much at least ahead over most of the normal crowd that's there, and they're having a good time and they're walking back and forth. You park up just on the side and get yourselves out of the car, and you make your ways down towards these streets, and you just dip and pass, and the smells coming from the places are great. Some of the food smells fantastic, but very much so that is just the seasonings and stuff that they've already taken from ships, that just that little bit of a kick or a spice or something just to have a little bit of fun with, and just make the normal and the bland taste a little bit more entertaining for you. Whereas the beer and the alcohol that they use is very bland and very close to having sex in a canoe. It's fucking close to water. So you make your ways in strips down, and you come across just a basic kind of bar, pub kind of thing. It's in no ways formed or looks like a classic, English pub or Americanized bar or anything like that. It's just one of the houses that a couple of people have kind of opened up a couple of the slat walls and pushed out and put a kind of bar-y kind of area at the back, which is just a couple of boxed up pallets on top of other racks and scaffolding. Some Christmas lights, something they've kind of formed and made these little things together with, and lean over the top. And
yes, where all great adventures start, the classic D&D tavern.
there we go. Yeah, we're moving straight into one of them. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Because I haven't done one of these in fucking ages, so I thought, whilst Capo can't make it today, we'll do a classic tavern bar. Yeah, absolutely. And you go in, and it's nice. There's a few people around, and they're all talking and chatting and having a good time. Beats getting thrown about, and people with the red faces and the wobbling bodies are just having a good time. And you make your ways up to the bar.
Go ahead.
Feel free if you want.
No, I insist. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah, sure. We'll go up to the bar and just hail over for a drink. Just wait for whoever the server is.
So you have a nice portly lad that comes over, looks up to you guys, looks down behind him where all the bottles of different concoctions that they can make from different fermented fruits that they can. Bobs his head. He just goes, "Go on, what are you after? What are you looking for?"
Hit me up with just a shot of whiskey to start off, and looking for one buddy of mine. Is Riley here?
Riley. He says
Yeah.
that as he turns around and grabs a couple of different bottles and looks at them, checks the labels. Some of the labels aren't on there. Finds something that he thinks probably whiskey. Brings it over with a couple
Close
of
enough. Yeah.
couple of glasses. These glasses are just kind of like the kind of cups that you would have found in the starships at the time. They're just very plasticky, kind of formed and just easy to hold and easy to put away. And he pops the glass down, and he pops another one down the list towards Seb and Rhyse as well, and he just pours a couple down out for you guys. He's like, Riley, Lester? Old man Lester?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's here a second ago. He was, I think he was playing poker down over there by the entranceway, but I can't seem to see him. He kind of looks left and right. Oh, yeah, there. Hang on a second. He's just outside here. He comes in now, and
Perfect.
this old guy
Thanks, and
wanders in. And
I'll just pay for the drinks immediately.
yeah, no worries at all. Yeah. So you use basic credits and basic credit system game. It's all nice, easy. And this guy walks in. Oh, say again, sorry.
Yeah, before he can pour a cup in front of Rhyse, kind of just wave him off, like, no thanks. I'm going to turn back and just start surveying the room.
No worries, buddy. No worries. And so this Lester guy comes in. He's got like a cowboy hat on that's kind of tilted to the side with the strings underneath his chin. He's got a big bushy beard and a sort of big old nose and very lanky. Kind of wears kind of like some sort of old vest with a plaid sort of shirt and waddles himself in. There's a lot of people in Red Iron Operations that kind of have that kind of old west kind of feel to them, much like Arthur Day that's here as well. And this Lester guy, and he walks in kind of leaning on one guy to the next as his friend's wandering. He's like, "I'm telling you, man, I saw them. They came down whilst I was doing with the barley, but I can't do the barley too well. It's not going so good. But I saw something come down. I didn't see what it was, but I saw it. But I didn't. But I did. I did." He kind of waddles himself down towards the table as he thuds himself down and leans into it, grabs a bottle, looks at his cards, grimaces and puts them back and says, "I'm holding." And then kind of smiles around and looks around, all the patrons around. He sees you guys, doesn't really take much to note of you, and then kind of rolls himself back into the table.
I think that's probably our guy. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
I'll down the shot and. All right, guys.
Thank you. I just take the drink and I just hold it, and we just walk over.
The Haro, in a sort of low pass filter, which is his way of doing a whisper, just goes, "Liquor."
Yes, I know. You want it?
Drink it. Drink it.
You want me to drink it? Do you want to drink it? I'll drink it. I'll give it to you. You want me to drink it? I'm
Yes.
not gonna drink it.
Ah.
I'm not gonna drink.
Sucks.
You want it?
No.
You can have it.
No. Meat more skirt. Breaks.
All right. We walk over to Lester, correct?
Yes, that's it. Yeah. So old man Lester, lanking his way, sees you guys coming over, and he kind of pushes a couple of chairs around and pushes a couple of guys around. Get your ass out of here. A couple of laddies here want to come play with us. Get your ass out here, man. Pop a spot, boys. We got a little game of poker going on. We got some room for you guys. And oh, you're a big lad, ain't you? Look at you. He says as he looks up at Rhyse. God damn, they stack 'em tall.
I'm just gonna stand there and keep looking at him.
Oh, the silent type as well. I bet the girls swoon for you.
And then immediately turn and just walk out of the tavern.
Now hold on a second there, boy. Hold on. I'm just playing. I'm playing with you. I love you. I love your people. Come over here, have a sit down, have a little tale. I got a drink and a thing to go up and down. And I gotta be honest. I drank a bit too much. I'm sorry, lad. I didn't mean to say the things I did, but you're just so beautiful. Look at you.
I'm just gonna say to the others, like, bring him outside if there's any trouble.
Oh, man, I mean, I'm not like kind of that, but you're going to kind of have to give me a drink or something like that, or maybe a meal after dinner or something, you know, just to make sure that...
I just, like, curtly just
I'm gonna
slide.
Rhyse the keys to the truck.
I just curtly slide a drink in front of him without him noticing, just to see what happens.
You're trying to sneak in front of in front of Lester, yeah?
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to put the drink in front of him, because I don't want it, and clearly he does.
Oh, yeah, boy, that's all good. You put that down there. You don't need to sneak that over here. I'm going to take that already. Whoop. Oh! Ooh, that ain't whiskey. What is that? It's got a weird taste to it.
Wasn't it? I just whispered at Lord, wasn't it whiskey?
I don't know. It tasted kind of rusty.
Yeah,
Rusty?
Yeah.
Man, maybe Rusty made that. Well, Rusty, he makes it down in the barley bars over there, but he ain't too good at it, no. They call him the sheriff around here. I'm just the old cowboy, you know? I ain't no living
Makes
fuck.
sense. The sheriff's keeping us sober. All right.
Come on, sit yourselves down. Have a drink and a beer. And we'll see what we can do. What are we doing? What are we playing? Some poker? I don't know what I play poker, but we're going to do it anyway.
All right. Yeah, pass me a hand.
Yeah, sit yourselves down. He passes the cards around and sort of tosses them there, then the other. His other friends are basically half asleep at this point on the tables, you know, hands against their chins and snoring or waking up and what's going on here? And he's just tossing these cards and he goes, so what brings you all boys down here to coming down to my place and having a little tip tap in the old bar state? That's what I was trying to say. What can I do for you boys?
I was hoping you could tell me. Apparently you got a little spooked.
Well, I did when that big guy came in. Did you see the size of him with the pink hair? I mean, Jesus.
Pretty big guy. Yeah, right.
It's huge.
Pretty crazy.
Have you seen any more?
See how
They
much
walk
he
around?
eats?
No, how much he eat?
A lot. Like, straight up, man. Like, that whole fucking plate. Just meat, steaks, ham, everything.
I'll go. I'll do that. But you know what happened? If I did that, I'll be doing the poops all night. You know, I just spooky dookies.
Right? Like,
Tis the
I really
season.
think you get back, like, you get like the meat sweats and everything.
God damn. I mean,
Meat sweats?
they're impressive dudes. You never heard of the meat sweats, boy?
Huh?
Oh man, I tell you what. You just have a little bit of meat too much, and you have a bit too much to eat, and you eat too much, and you get the sweats. You're like, whoa, hee hee, boy, that's too much for you.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I don't.
Exactly that. The horror's just like, with the conversation.
It's okay, Haro.
No, I say, so you talk about what? Just spooks with the boy there, or spooks with the? And he points upwards with big eyes, like I've seen some stuff.
Yeah,
recently.
about your shooting star.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. If you could play and win me a game, I'll tell you everything I've seen. And I'll tell you, I've seen a lot, but I didn't see a lot, but I did see a lot.
All right, that sounds fair. Sure, play a game.
I'm sorry, I'm listening to fucking Kai's and Kat going, is this the Martian accent? I can't believe this is the Martian accent. Yeah, the cowboys have gone over down into Mars now. This is the Martian
It's
kind of accent.
just bigger Texas.
It's bigger Texas. Space
the colony
Texas.
wasn't enough.
Yeah, you just got all the rejects from Texas colony. Dude.
Yeah,
That's actually real, by the way.
absolutely. It's absolutely a real thing. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm not going to make you actually play, but what I'm going to make you do is Let's see. Let's have a little look at these things. I know there's a couple of cool things we can do. Throw a little number doors away because he hasn't done many recently. I'm gonna make you. Yeah. Okay. So you get your cards.
Yep.
You look at them. They seem all right. And he's looking at his and he's grimacing, but then looking at you, going, "I'm good." I want you to do what's known as trust your gut, which rolls on a weird.
Okay.
But it's going to work in favor because we're just having a little bit of fun here as well.
Sure.
So on trust your gut, not like mine. God, I've been burping all night because of this Pepsi. Excuse me. Yeah, on a 10 or more, the keeper will tell you where you should go, wherever that is. It will be important to you. Get 1+ ongoing the way to this place. On a 7 to 9, the keeper will tell you a general direction to go, and you take 1 forward as you explore that specific direction. And on a miss, your instincts lead you to danger. Now, the advanced is if you advance your this move itself, which you wouldn't have done yet, and that's part of your leveling up. So it's just your 10, your 7 to 9s, and misses. So,
So a weird check for you?
absolutely, do yourself a weird check.
You got click.
Should I do this as well, or
Very
You're
bad
playing
at
cards as well. Go ahead, yeah.
weird?
Man, you're shit at cards.
All right.
I don't know how to play poker.
All right, that's fine. So, unfortunately, you guys play cards and you try your luck and that. His bluff is good shit. Like, he tries it hard and he plays it hard and he pulls the faces as hard and you think, yeah, you've got him. You can do this. No, he clears the floor with you. Does it pretty quickly as well as he flips the cards over and goes, I told you I was going to do that. I understood that absolutely. And I knew I was going to win. Do you know why I was going to win? Because I haven't won in a long time. My wife left me. So sad. But I tell you what.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear
Left
that.
me for one of those tall sacks of shit with the red hair. You know, I can't believe it. Nah, I'm kidding. She's dead. Anyway, as I was saying.
What?
I tell you what, I like you boys. You came over here and you played a game with me whilst these two little shits are just sleeping and doing nothing. Ain't you doing that right, Barry? Wake up. Nah, he ain't waking up. But, want to know
I'm gonna
about...
just make sure Barry's alive.
Are they dead?
He moves. There's a pulse.
Okay.
He's
Oh, okay.
We've been playing for a while, and he hasn't budged.
He hasn't budged.
And make sure he's
One
breathing.
bit.
Like put a glass next to him.
That's
Oh, okay,
it.
yeah, he's good.
Now, I tell you what, boys, you may have lost that one, but I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something interesting. I saw a couple of lights down by, you know, where the border to the Kazaniks, you know, they got the big boys with the shields. What are they called? The rhinoceros?
The rhinos?
The rhinos, those boys. Yeah, I seen those. They're pretty good. They missed it, but I didn't. I got down there. I got to go get myself my parcels because we got a little bit of barley seeds down in one of those ships down there. And we came across what I saw was a couple of ships, like drop ships. You know, the ones that drop things, like a drop ship. A drop ship? Yeah,
Alright.
drop
It
ship.
sounds
yeah.
like a drop ship.
But I tell you what I saw. I tell you what I saw in the sky. When I saw it, I saw a drop ship. No, I saw an icon on the side of the ship, like a logo. Is that a logo? Did you call it a logo? I think it's a logo.
Okay.
I cannot keep to one accent with this character. However,
You can tell he's
I
drunk.
think
One.
it was the Solar Citadel Empire, if I remember rightly, and they were coming down, and I saw them, and I couldn't understand what they were doing, but I said to the old sheriff, I said, that don't seem right, and he said, I didn't see nothing. I said, yes, you did, because I saw it, and if I saw it, you saw it too, and if I saw it too, you saw it too, and I didn't.
The sheriff was with you.
Yeah, the sheriff, but he ain't a real sheriff. We just call him the sheriff because he wears a
Yeah,
cowboy
yeah.
hat, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he dead. No, he's not dead. He's asleep. He's sleeping at the moment. But,
Yeah.
yeah, I can show you which way to go if I can show you which way it is. And, you know, for a little bit of something on the side. You got a little bit of money?
I just gave you a drink.
Like,
Did you? Oh,
All
you
right.
did. A little bit of money
So-
won't go a hard way.
he's already said it's the Rhino guys, and I already know that the Rhino's been deployed. Yeah.
So the rhinos are normally deployed at night across the border. Yes.
Yes. So that's already like 2 and 2. That already sounds like kind of like where they're supposed to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So the rhinos should be where they were, but it's all that old man Lester here is saying is that he saw something near off the border,
Mm-hmm.
Those guys should have seen it too.
Yeah.
But I can take you to where I saw it drop for a little bit of money.
How far?
Probably about 10 clicks out from where the border is, behind a little ravine, kind of near off towards where the neutral parties are.
And we're already. How far are we off from the base right now?
So from the base from where you are right now is probably like no more than like a 5-minute drive.
Yeah. This would be a hike.
Or a drive.
What do you think? I'm gonna turn to.
Oh yeah, that's good. You boys talk. I'll be over here drinking with Barry. Barry.
Yeah.
It wasn't Barry. Was he called Barry? Was it Barry?
I think it's Barry.
Barry. Hey Barry, come over here. You got a drink over there?
Okay.
What do you think, Seb?
What if
Day wants us on call. Something happens if we're that far out.
Yeah. But if it's Citadel, I mean, that's pretty important.
Maybe we should give him a call.
Well, maybe
Let
we
him
should
know.
maybe we should call Rhyse.
Well, he's just at the truck. We can just go out to him.
Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
have a little group discussion or something.
Hey, Riley. Yeah, I just forgot
Who
something
said
out in
that?
the truck.
Oh,
I'll be
sorry.
right. Yeah, we just left something out in the truck.
I
You know, the redhead.
my-
We're gonna.
my Haro needs to pee. I need to take him outside.
Okay, you go, boys. You go do that. I'll be right here. I'll be sitting here
Yeah.
the
Awesome.
whole time.
Stay put. Thank you.
No worries. I don't think my legs can take me anywhere anyway at this point in time.
Okay.
Probably for the best. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go to the truck.
All right, guys, go out to the truck. He should still be there, unless he drove off with the truck. In which case,
Let's
No.
take the truck.
No, I'm there. Just looking up, you know.
All right.
Yep.
We got something. Maybe more than something.
All right, such.
All right. First off, I'm going to do a quick 360. See if anyone's like leaning in.
okay, so no, you're good. No, you should be fine.
Alright.
There's nothing in the area that would kind of, if anyone was around, even if they walked past you, they probably wouldn't even look at you at this point.
Just army boys here. It's nothing new.
Yeah.
Right. Apparently, Lester here says he saw something dropped pretty much right over Rhino's head. Says he wants to show us exactly where, but it's 10 clicks out. That's way farther than what Day's going to want us doing if he tries to call us in. Also, he wants to get paid for it, but
Yeah, we can arrange that later.
yeah.
Hmm.
What you
Let's
think?
let's say you go with him. We'll head back to the base. Make sure our shit's prepped. Sounds like another one of those infiltration drops they've been running recently. So
Yeah. Right. Okay, yeah, I'll drive you guys back to the base, come back here, pick up Lester, and I'll head out. How's that sound?
Lester got a car. We can drive ourselves back.
Not sure if I
Oh,
want to
I
use that
don't
old
know.
man shit, but I can see.
I don't know if that's the best decision, but go for it.
Could always just sortie from the base. Come meet up with you.
Yeah, if shit hits the fan, fine.
So Rhino's turning a blind eye to this. That isn't good. Clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that needs some investigating as well.
Hmm.
Verify it. And if it's true, then something's
Well,
up with the Rhino gang. Huh?
Well, if it's a false flag, you can send us a message. We can head back, but
Yeah.
best to be prepped.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that. I'll check for the old man, see if he's got a car, and you guys head on back. Let Day know what's going on, alright?
Of course.
Wilco.
I'm gonna head back in and look for the old man.
Hey there, son. How you doing? I'm still here. My legs are shaky,
Hey.
but I'm still here.
Yeah, so, guys, feel like turning in early, but I'm still good for heading out with you.
I want to bring this up for a second.
Yeah.
Mhm.
When What's your character again? Emo?
Lore?
Yeah.
Hello.
When Lore turns away to go back into the bar, I'm gonna turn to Seb and ask him, "Hey, so you know how to drive one of these things?" Just like dangling the keys.
Yes. Yeah. I never. Yeah, I could. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
Are we gonna have a repeat of what happened in the Wastelands?
I don't think I've ever crashed in the Wastelands.
No. I'm talking about Shiloh in the Wasteland. So we can have another...
Have I? Oh man.
No, okay. So being a pilot for a mobile suit doesn't mean entirely that you can drive a vehicle, but you kind of understand the gists of it. But we'll roll for it, I guess.
Yeah, we'll just
We'll do a little diddly roll, you know. We'll just do a little ding ding.
Yeah. Yeah. I know how to drive. Is it
Is it manual?
Is it weird? I hope not. Is it weird, tough, sharp, cool?
So you're just going to act under pressure because what you're doing right now is
Act
something
under-
that you're not 100% sure to do. So
Act under pressure.
So act under
That
pressure
is
is a cool.
Cool.
And you have a fair bit of cool, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So you start off by reversing first whilst looking forward. But you don't hit anyone, you don't do anything, and then thankfully you just easy
Just put that
breeze.
one in drive.
Easy breeze. The only thing that happened when that happened is when you did the reverse, the Haru just went and then just that was it. And
Don't overreact.
smooth sailings all the way back with Rhyse. So you're completely fine. Yeah, absolutely, completely fine.
I learned to drive today. Kinda.
Kinda.
Yeah, and we'd be getting ready to sortie, right?
We're just, if there's any call from Lore or the boss man, we're just waiting in our seats, I guess, right?
Yeah, no worries. Absolutely. Oh gosh, excuse me. Okay. So back to Laura and old man Lester, the cowboy.
Hey, old timer.
Okay. No, that's not the voice. Hang on. Okay, so you think you're gonna come with me and I'll show you where it was? It's a little weird.
Yeah.
All right, well.
And we'll sort out how much it's worth from there.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you give me a little bit and he kind of rubs his fingers, a little bit of that now, and then I'll show you, or are we gonna do this a different way?
How much is your tab?
Johnny, what's my tab? God, man, I mean, it's like 200 credits at the moment. That's 400 credits.
How about we go half first, half after?
Manipulate someone for me.
Yep. That's sharp.
Yes. Have you got your sheets up? Yeah.
That's a sharp, yeah.
Yeah. Oh wait, is my mic not coming through?
Oh, hang on.
Hello.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm deaf. Ah,
Uh-oh.
my bad.
Good.
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, it is.
My bad.
Have you got your sheets open so you can read them? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, but manipulate someone's on a charm. Sorry.
Charm.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay.
I'm not terrible at that.
7.
7.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you do it, but only if you do something for them right now, which is what you said, half and half. So,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, boy, go on then. Give me a little bit of that something now, and we'll take you over there.
Yeah, I'll cough up the cash. He's cursing about it because that's not a comfortable amount of money.
He's just like shading, gets himself up, and seems to walk pretty fine now at this point. He's like, "Come on over here. I'll show you where my babe wagon is."
Babe.
And he
Okay.
wanders on out, goes past the
Oh
crowd,
God, if this is anything but a pickup.
dips to the side where there is a tractor with actual wheels.
Oh.
One seat. All right, buddy, you sit yourself back on the back of the seat, and I'll sit on the front of the seat
Yep.
while I'm driving, and you put your legs over my shoulders, and we can reenact a scene from a ship that breaks because of an iceberg.
If you so much as brush against my leg, old man.
Ah, I'm just teasing you, boy. Get your ass on the back. We're going.
All right. Yeah, fine.
And he sits himself up in the chair, and
There's no leg room.
There's literally, yeah, you're literally like on that little back end part of the tractor as he sits down, takes up as much space as he can, with his legs out each way, his elbows out.
Of course,
each
the
way.
bastard does.
He kind of. I tell you what, if I use the keys and not my voice, it might turn on. Hang on a second. Hits the engine, sputters into gear, and very slowly goes down the street. It's not the
Next
fastest.
time I'm keeping the truck.
And the best part of this, it probably takes you maybe about an hour to get off to the skirts past where your airstrip is with Crimson, past the main borderland of where Rhino are, which they're not very close to each other. They're very much in, like, you can kind of see one off each horizon and off onwards. Yeah, so they're not next to each other at this point.
Yeah.
And he kind of just dips between two of them so he doesn't have to interfere or confer with anyone like that. And he takes you down a little dusty trail. This dusty trail takes you down towards just a dip and side entrance to almost like a ravine. And kind of parks up, sputters, takes his legs off the vehicle, pops himself down on the ground, and he's like, okay, let me see, where do I remember this was here before? It was here a second ago, and I saw the ship go by there. And then when the ship went by there, it came by with the flash. And I swear I saw those suits go by, and they said something like...
Ship?
Yeah, the dropship. You know, the ship with the dropship?
Yeah.
The dropship.
Yep.
Yeah, it was down here somewhere. Somewhere.
Ship,
around.
mobile suits, more than one.
Yeah. Let me see if I can remember. Let me see if I can remember exactly what I saw. Now, tell me wisely, your boys, they ain't listening to you right now, are they? Or you got them in contact?
Got a way to call them, but it's not on right now.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Now, understanding this ain't gonna be between me and you, but come over here and have a little look-see-doo-dah.
I'm making sure that he's in front of me.
Absolutely, and he's definitely much in front of you at this point. He wanders away around the side of this ravine and off on this kind of off-skirting that you can kind of stay on top of and be very much higher than the rest of the ravine that goes down. He kind of gets down on all fours and crawls. You don't need to. He's just doing it because he thinks it's a little bit more sneaky-like.
He's being tactical.
That's it,
Yeah.
he's gonna be
While he's fucking around, my phone got or communication devices have GPS or anything on it.
Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, yes.
I'm just gonna ping that back towards the boys
No worries at all.
before I go in deeper in.
So from this point in time, I'm just going to move you over back to the other maps. So you can kind of get an idea of where we kind of are on the map and what's going on. Let's have a look. So where we are as of right now. Oh, God, that's a zoom out for me. Ooh, gosh. So with the dockyard state that you guys are in and the civilian state passed off the border, which is more or less around, say, sort of this sort of area here. So like I say, just off the skirtings of where the borders are. That marked up for it. So your base at the moment, kind of here.
Yep.
A little bit lower, maybe a bit more like big. You're at the village, kind of here. You guys have gone sort of this direction, and there's a little ravine here.
Okay, so we're out in no man's land right now.
Absolutely, but it's not dangerous. It's just cold and it sucks.
Yeah.
And and then you've got obviously the rest of the team that be going across these borders across from here. Well, you get to a ravine and you notice one very particular thing. The old man was fucking right. You go around the corner and outwards towards this ravine, his sneaky kind of manner. You see a very small ship, definitely like a mobile suit dropping down sort of ship. It's landed, it's behind a border, very much out of the way of other people. And you see one single graze. This graze is kind of like a dark blue. It's got an orange light for its eye, and it has the number 025 on its shoulder blade.
025.
Now, in the dark, you can't tell if the color is overly recognizable, but because you're in the position right now and you've gotten to this point and you put yourself in that danger, I'm going to allow you read a bad situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you've allowed yourself to get to this point. When you look around and read a bad situation, which right now is, you can see a dropship that definitely has some kind of Solar Citadel Empire kind of stuff on the side of it, and you see a singular graze there. Roll on a sharp.
I am a tactical genius, so
Ooh.
I'm going to roll cool instead.
There you go. Even better.
No mods, eh?
No, just your base. Yeah,
No.
just your base, because there's no holds or forwards on them.
That's an 11.
Brilliant. There you go. So on a 10 plus, you hold 3, and on a 7 to 9, you hold 1. You can ask the keeper one of the following questions, and a lot of these are basics as well. I don't mind you fudging the way you ask me these questions, but what you're doing is, instead of investigating a mystery as in finding out what something is, you're now asking what there is in front of you, what there could be in front of you. Just it's a little bit different in the way you explain it. Yeah.
So what you've already told me so far is there's a ship, a couple of MSs, and then we got the blue grays, right?
Yes.
Okay. The other mobile suits that came down, what's the looks of them?
Okay, so you see 2 mobile suits that are on the other side, kind of like on the opposite side of the ship itself from here. They are not dissimilar to the grazes that you recognize as a factory-produced graze. So, like, the colors are identical, the shape and size is identical, but they seem more rounded and smooth, and their heads are very much just a very simple, almost like think about like a sewing person's thimble in shape, with a single orange mono eye at the front.
All right. Do I see, how busy does it look? Am I seeing like patrols, people moving back and forth, or is it quiet?
No. So what you see right now in this position is 2 of these not dissimilar shaped and coloured mobile suits, standing still and upright. There's definitely someone inside them at this point. You can see that, you kind of get an idea by the low hum. The graze is kind of down on one knee. Looks like someone's not inside the mobile suit at this point in time. The ship has one bay door open with a bit of a light, but you see no one outside at this point in time. Not close enough to be able to tell 100%, but there's no one outside. But you can see something's happening.
The pilot's probably inside of the ship right now.
Yes. Yeah.
How large is the vessel itself? What is the make of the drop ship?
Okay, so 1 second itself. I will see if I can grab you a picture.
Perfect. Because that's going to be a lot harder to dress up.
Absolutely.
To fill in.
Second. Just trying to find. It's got kind of a right shape for it. One that can carry a mobile. Okay, so I'm just going to take a quick snapshot for you. Very blocky. It's not second.
Well, the boxy kind of.
Yeah, I'm just sending you a picture now. I was just trying to find the right shape. Emo notes there. There you go. Kind of like that.
In my notes.
Yes.
Perfect. Ah, yes. Okay.
Yeah, so blocky in shape, very much just to drop to Earth to then come back up from Earth and all that sort of stuff from there. Yeah.
Any is there a name or any logos on the vessel at all?
The only thing you see a little bit too far away and a little bit too dark, but you can kind of tell that there's some sort of logos on the side of it. Mostly you can kind of gather and make out for yourself SCE, which is kind of obvious at that point.
Yeah. Cool. All right. I'm just assuming my communication device is just the practicality of a cell phone at this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm going to snap some pictures
Mm-hmm.
Send those to the lads, and I'm going to turn back to the old man and kind of give him a thumb gesturing, let's get.
Oh, goddamn, we out of here already? All right, let's go, boy, before they see
Yeah,
us.
I
They
got what I
abduct us.
need. You done plenty.
All right, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here now. Let's go. And with that, he kind of waddles his way away and goes away as far as he can. He's crazy, but he wasn't too crazy. He gave you some information, and that's pretty dope and cool of him.
Well, Riley, I don't know how much more I can cough up, but I can guarantee the boss will be very happy with you.
Oh, yeah, I could give myself some money from one of them commanders. All right, you know where you can find me when we get back, and you can just see me whenever. I think I've done good enough, and I think you've done good enough, too. I like you. I like your style. I like you and the little kid and the big dinosaur that follows you around. I think you're both pretty good people.
Well, let's, don't stall at your tractor when we're out here. How about that? And we'll see where we go from there.
Okay, there's a big old decline down here, so see if we can speed up on the decline. Incline.
Perfect.
Decline, the hill.
We're just going to get ready for this old man to crash this fucking tractor.
And he just continues to potter its way back towards the border and make his way back towards what your Crimson Company section is. Absolutely. Now, you've sent that information to these two, yeah?
I sent it to the lads. Yeah.
Cool, no worries. So, for both Seb and for Rhyse, you get pictures of this dropship.
Howdy.
You get a picture of a Graze that's crouched down on its knee and two mobile suits that aren't familiar to these lands.
So, like, they're not from Mars?
They're definitely not from Mars. You've never seen...
Can I use my learn skill?
Absolutely. That's definitely one of the things you've got, so go ahead.
This is this funny little mobile suit. I look at it with my heart and soul and eyes. What do I see? Is it something from my past?
So, 1 second. Can you do a roll for that? I feel like you need to... Second. This is your learn skill, yeah? Yeah.
Yes.
So, investigate a mystery. Normally do.
Hmm.
And then you can roll into those specific questions. They'll only give you as much
I need
as you
I need my little paper.
It's alright, I'll let you know. Investigate a mystery is on a sharp.
Sharp.
Mm-hmm.
Roger.
Oh,
Nice.
there you go. Okay, so from your past, no. But you get to ask one more question.
Are there any notable design aspects to it that would help me key in on like a certain era?
No. It's a little
All
bit
right.
too new for that. But because you got a 12, I'm going to give you something, okay?
All right.
You look to the right and you look at the Graze.
Yeah.
You recognize that Graze from anywhere.
Oh.
You know that's a unit from Hyena. And we close the episode from there. That's where I'm going to leave it. That's where I'm going to leave it for
That's
today.
great.
Clap.
If I could add one thing.
Absolutely, go ahead. Yeah.
I have not said a word to Seb,
Mhm.
but have already started kind of, moving over towards positioning my Grace towards where it is.
Yes, which on the map, if I
Yeah.
show you again, yeah. So yeah, you've looked over, and because Seb's done such a good role, you've kind of recognized it as well, and you've given the information back to Law. You know that 20 clicks out from where your location is, draw another freehand for you. In this direction, kind of here, is the outpost that Hyena was last seen at. And we will start the next session going into super investigation mode with hopefully Capo and a little bit of combat. But I'm going to close it off for today because I know Emo's got to go off and do his next things as well. And I just want to say... Oh, what?
Sorry.
No apologies, no apologies. I was just going to say, I really enjoyed that. That was really good.
I'm smiling. It's great.
Yeah, that was really fun. And
So good.
Glad we finally got an episode in. That was... So there's one thing we do before we end the session. Okay. So on that sheet, on your reference sheet, the one that says act under pressure, read a bad situation, all that. If you scroll down to the very bottom, there is a thing on the right called end of session. Yeah. At the end of the session, the keeper will ask the following questions. And if you get any two of these with a yes, you mark an experience. If you get 3 or 4, you mark 2. And this should be pretty good because it's your first session, so you should get a bit of things. And what I'll do is I'll give these to Capo as well when he comes in, okay? So, for the group, the first question is, did we conclude the current mystery? No, we just found out the crux of it, yeah? Did we save someone from certain death or worse? No, not really. So we're just kind of...
Unless that old man's tab was going to kill him.
Well, we'll see. That might be for the next one. Did we learn something new and important about the world? Yes. We figured out that there is definitely Empire movement, and they might be working with a certain group. And
sorry, where is this?
So in the Monster Revised, the Hunter reference sheet, you know where it says "Act under pressure, basic moves." I'll send it to you anyway, just in case. I'll put it in the.
It's in the resources text channel.
Yes, but I will send it in Crimson quickly, just in case.
Yeah,
but that's the actual reference sheet there. That's where I was getting all the moves and what you do with it. You keep this
yeah,
up
I was trying to find it.
That's fine. I'll retab. I'll retab and move them all into the bits itself. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, at the very bottom of that, it just sort of says, yeah, did we conclude the current mystery? No, we've just got to the start of it. Save anyone from certain death or worse? No, because we haven't really done anything combat too crazy. Learn something new and important about the world? Yes, it seems like maybe some of your teammates might actually be working with the Empire. And did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters? Now, that's up to you guys at that point. We figured out that Seb can drive a car.
Yeah,
that's new and important. So I'm going to flex it.
For me, it is.
I'm gonna flex it for you. I'll say there wasn't a lot, but because it's your first session, I'll give you guys all 1 tick of experience right now. Yeah.
Cool.
So you can just add that, pop that into your account.
Yeah.
And
my rolls are really feast or famine, is what I've noticed.
Absolutely, yeah.
The dice giveth and they taketh away.
That's it, absolutely. But yeah, that was the first setup. I didn't want to do anything too crazy because obviously Kappa wasn't here, so I just wanted to set the scene and then I can have a chat with him and say, yeah, here you go. This is what they've started off. This is what happened to your character, and this is where you guys will convene. We got a little blend into the characters to see what you guys were all doing and that, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. And you guys' synergy is great, and I knew it was going to be. So it's on par with the other team, and I love all of you for that. It's really good, really good.
Let's go.
Let's go, baby.
We're just getting started.
Yeah, boys.
That's it, exactly. We're literally just getting started. This was just we wanted to get a session in because we knew we needed to get one done as soon as we can. Got it started. Had some fun. Yeah, we'll make sure we can get another one in as soon as possible, and there should be a Cobalt next week as well. So yeah, all good to start and go. Right. With that, I'm Dettet. We've got Hegone.
Yo. It was a good session.
Yeah, we got Emo.
Hello.
And we
Thank
have
you.
Noodil.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's there.
Yeah.
He's there. All right. Thank you very much, guys. And we will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Unlucky.
Yo, hold on a second. Let's see if we can raid someone before I leave. Hang on a second. Hold on a sec. Cat, find us a raid. Hang on a sec. We'll get something. Hang on.
Yeah, we could do Uzu, we could do Roach, we could do... I mean, unless there's like a certain type of...
Let's see. Let me see who I've got going.
Heck, even... I don't know. Does Emo stream the Ascension Academy?
Does, but I won't have to do it if it's too early for him to stream. Then I wouldn't.
Yeah, it's too early.
Yeah. Sci-Fi's playing at the moment. Well, Sci-Fi did just follow me as well, and if he's streaming at this point in time, then probably the better person.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. You should go for Sci-Fi. Ski free.
Right, Cat. It's just. Wait, is he streaming right now?
He is not. That was a... What? You tricked us.
Oh wait, no, it's the Unexpectable. Yeah. Hang on a second. Where's that?
Oh, okay. The Unexpectables. I see.
They've already got 760 people. They're good. I'll go for one of my lower channels actually. Let's see. All the respect to Cypher and his crew, but like I'm just trying to see if there's anything else that I clip on. Do with a little 15 people.
Little boost.
Little boosty.
Little bit of a boost.
Little boosty. Ooh.
Yeah.
Maybe like Sheep's not streaming or something because I would have just pushed it over to there.
We got some Ascension folk, but
Nah, do you know what? I've left it a little bit too long today. We'll ease it off for today and we'll do it another time.
yeah, dude, we'll just
We'll do it next time. Raid next time.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, people. Goodbye. Love ya.
bye.